so bloated. Horrible thing to hear, I know, when you enter chat, but by God, my stomach is full. I just ate food, dude, and it was all salt. It's just the worst. Just all nothing but salt. It was pork rinds. You know when you go to the what is it called? Like the grocery store, essentially, and you get like spuds. You can get some not pork chops. What is it? Chicken fingers, stuff like that. We had a quick meal yesterday, so that's what we did. And hot damn, is that just packed with salt? I feel it in my joints and shit. Huh? But I'm getting everything sorted here, pause and everything, so the computers don't melt. You know how it be. Also, I might have fixed the text-to-speech, but don't ask too much of me. I didn't have. I tried to do it this morning, but then I fucking looked at the timer and I was like, oh shit, it's about like we have 5 minutes, so I had to quickly go eat. It was more like 20. It was like a little more than 5 minutes. But hey, oh, so what's good, Fluff? I see you in there. We missed you. All right, we are starting off with Wuthering Waves because holy shit, is this actually on its like linchpin of like things need to happen now kind of thing. Why is that always wrong? The click, boom, and then let you guys hear the damn game sound because silence is what I do. all that. What's good, V? Here's my ugly mug. Let me try to put myself also transform horizontal. Oh, I didn't match the green screen up very well at all. There's a lot of void showing. I need to fix that. It's just there's a thing in the way that makes it really hard to line up. Anyways, also, I'm finally out of... Oh, God, it fell. Out of the Battle Pass type thing. Not Battle Pass, it was daily login, which is sad. Oh, I'm so bloated with salt. Makes my head feel like it's going to swell. What is good, ladies and gentlemen? What we haven't saying before we got in here. Lone said hello. Yo, Grin, thumbnail game on point again. Sometimes they're better than others, you know what I mean? Some thumbnails I'm like, this is good. Also, I think it's different for a lot of people. Like, what do you call it? Like, I made a thumbnail that I thought, like, it's weird, because, like, do you go, like, super colorful and make it, like, as much going on as possible? When somebody looks at it, they really look, and they're like, ooh, look at all that. But it doesn't catch your eye. Usually you want, like, less going on, and, like, a single subject that has usually color around it to some kind. But I'm just having fun with these ones. Whenever I'm in my little editor thing, I'm like, fuck it. Let's throw some color in there and make it crazy. Also, apparently there's some Twitch drops for Wuthering Waves. But let us look at the thing that is the most pertinent, which is events, which is this right here. We have 28 days to do this, quite a little bit of days, but in order to get this main character as a free 5-star, I do think we have to grind that out, so yes. But we also need this. This actually 22 days is not the thing that kills me, it's this right here. It's basically her event, which, at Unity level 21, I think we need to complete, what? Wish Upon the Moon, which might be this story quest. Yeah, the Moon Grace, I could see it being the thing. So, we need to burn through this, even though it's like, oh, you have 28 days to do this, don't even worry about it, hon. And then they're like, by the way, in 6 days, it's gonna be gone. So, this is the linchpin, which is great. And it's annoying. Anyways. That's fine. It's the main thing that we're after. I also probably should burn our resin on this, just because we're trying to be efficient. I don't know what I need of these things, though, so I guess I could just keep getting the thing I already have a lot of, but why not, I guess, that. Oh, finally, anime Tom and Jerry. What? Oh, they finally animated Tom and Jerry. Nice. Sorry. Long nights, Fluff. Also, sup? Howdy. Fluff says, yum, piles of salt for lunch. Listen, man, I don't know what it is. I think there's something wrong with my kidneys, because I genuinely, sincerely, as I have gotten older, salt, I can still handle sugar. Let's keep talking. I can still handle sugar with the best of them. I can have, like, sugar feel like nothing. I feel like fine, 100% locked in. When I have salt, I crash so hard, dude. My body, like, completely seizes up, and I'm just like, oh God, it's terrible. Awful situation. So what's good, Nub says, Grin, honest question, did you play Borderlands 3, then watch or listen about the movie, and go? What? First question, yes, I did play Borderlands 3, but no, I didn't then watch or listen to the movie about it, and I didn't do that. Yeah, I can't wait for Borderlands 4. Okay, me? Well, I didn't see the movie. And the movie's dog shit. But the reason why I'm excited for Borderlands 4 To be very clear, I might make a video about this because I think it's just an interesting thing, but like, if I ask anybody, what do you think Borderlands 3, like comparing Borderlands 2 to Borderlands 3, do you think the gameplay got somewhat better? Most people be like, yeah, somewhat, sure. And I said, okay, in comparison to the other games, do you think Borderlands 2 improved when it comes to builds that you could basically build out your characters with? Like, there's many optimal builds that you could run at endgame in Borderlands 3, specifically. And most people are like, hell yeah, that was a massive improvement. And I could ask again, do you think there was an improvement to the environments, like massive areas that you could run around in Borderlands 2 to 3? Some people, this is going to be a split to kind of like art design, whatever you prefer, but a lot of people would say like Borderlands 3 had a lot of improvements to the whole series. I always come back to this though. The story was so egregiously bad that it made it so that it was the first time ever -5. Like, it wasn't just story was 2. You know how the combat was fun? You know how the questing was fun? You know how the builds were much better? All that is -3 now because the story is that corrosive to the entire experience. So that's why, to me, going forward with Borderlands 4, I'm excited because we're probably going to get better gameplay. We're going to get new Vault Hunters that are fun to play with. We're probably going to get, new environments to run around and kill shit in. The story could be, I have like -1,000,000,000 hope, and yeah, it is probably going to be a nightmare. But yeah, so that's how I feel. That's why I'm excited for Borderlands 4, not because of the story that they completely ravaged, but because of the gameplay that I think has been improved every consecutive game. Yeah. Red says, I'll be lurking, but listening while I play Once Human. God damn it, Red, I gotta look into that game a little more, but I can't. I got too many games to play right now. Never mind. Take that back immediately. Hopefully it'll be like, have a big update in 5 months, and we can jump into it. Also, what's good, V? V says, morning, what's good, V? How are you? How has your day been? What you currently playing? I barely woke up after afternoon. Also, what's good, Ray? You made it? You got a better sleep schedule happening? V says, I didn't check the time at all. It's 2 p.m. Hot damn, V. Lone says, speaking of which, did some cooking today and made spaghetti along with some chicken Alfredo garlic bread. Damn, that's a whole ass meal. That's not even like like some grilled cheese or something. That's a whole thing. I love spaghetti, man. Spaghetti and like beef dip has always been just, whew. I like the enclosure side quest from 2. I prefer the enclosure space with enclosed spaces. Well, that's good for you now, because guess what? That's what they're apparently bringing back in Borderlands 4. Apparently, they're bringing like the more intimate, like less massive levels and more like interiors. It's all sci-fi based. They showed some concept art, looked kind of neat. What was the other thing that they said that was, I think, pretty interesting? They basically referred to them like hearing the feedback from like the Calypso twins being garbage and everyone hating the fuck out of them. So that's somewhat better. I still don't. I mean, I don't know. Like, again, if the movie like slayed and we'd like, maybe they've learned. Again, arguably there was like the Krieg DLC that was pretty good. So, arguably the Krieg DLC was kind of good. They kind of got their head out of their ass. But simultaneously, what's it called? The goddamn, what was it? They still haven't used, like, to me, it'll always break my heart that, like, they didn't take the alley-oop of a motherfucking alley-oop that is making Tiny Tina a Vault Hunter. Like, making her a playable Vault Hunter. Like, there's shit like that they can't really come back from. It drives you mental, Or, like, why is, like, Mordecai or
Make it fast.
Or Brick or any of these, like, why didn't they just bring back Axton and Salvador and basically make them, like, Mordecai and Brick? Like, Borderlands story was so good that I don't think people would be like furious about that. People weren't like, people honestly, all they wanted, I think, from like Borderlands 3 story was get a charismatic voice actor, tell him just to fucking run it, and then keep every other part that we loved the same. Like, let us hear from Axton. Let Axton be developed. Let him actually be like a fun warrior class. Hey, maybe even let one of them backstab us. Like, at least we have some built-in feeling towards them. Rather than 90% of them were from like Tales of the Borderlands, which, by the way, is one of the biggest misreads ever. Like, the same audience that is the people that like Tales of the Borderlands are not guaranteed going to be the same audience that likes Borderlands the game, like the looter shooter. It's an entirely different buy-in, and I think that's what some of the I think they're trying, like, they took some of the Tales of the Borderlands people as their narrative writers, and it's just like, it's not the same thing. If you're trying to build a story where people like literally sign up to sit there and watch, and then react every now and again, and then sit there and watch for another 20 minutes. It's not the same person that's like shooting shit, like progressing through things. Also, you can't make any real choice. So like, yeah, it's just one of those things where, to me, the Borderlands 2 story was exactly the right amount of what Borderlands story should have been. In terms of like a guy chirping in your ear, shitting on you, whilst also being charming and making you weirdly like him. Then having moments of like, this guy is heinous, absolutely heinous. The fact that I like him is saying too much about me, and what's wrong with me? And yeah. Also, I should probably not. I can pop this.
Beckon the divine flames.
Then pop this. Okay,
Sever.
that was a
Make
big
it
waste.
fast.
I barely woke up in the afternoon. B says, I didn't check the time. It's 2 a.m. Goddamn. Alone says, speaking of lunch, you did the cooking. My podcast is at level 52. Ooh, nice, man. What do you call it? Yeah, the podcast one, it's, well, actually, that's pretty. It's still, yeah. That's actually insane, right? I think I'm at, like, level, I don't know if I can actually look at it in here. Oh, again, I'm at level 17. Yeah, you've been eating. You've been doing, like, every one of your dailies and everything. I will say, both of these games, ZZZ that we play and also Wuthering Waves, does seem to be very much a, I've never not been able to clear out the battle pass. So long as like you do your dailies, you mostly get a lot of like completion, I guess you'd call it, you know? So that's nice. That's at least nice. Raid says, yeah, I set an alarm so I wouldn't sleep past it. Oh, I'm so grateful. It's such a sweet thing, Raid. Thank you. I feel important and valued. Okay. Also, well, let me read what I was saying. My buddy who was playing with me stopped playing. Also, Nub says, once human now, play it now. But my buddy played with me because I told him to figurines I placed in his base are the weeping angels. They are in the game, and he is too terrified to log back in. Why?
Very moment.
Why? Some people got weird, like deep fear. Like I was watching a person who I watch consistently get introduced to chess, and there's like a thing in chess where like there's a ticking timer that like slowly starts to tick down. And you have to make your move before that. But you're also, like, if you don't know enough about the thing, you're basically, like, and 90% of chess is, like, getting hit. Like making a play to then make it so that your pawn gets devoured by the enemy, and then you get their much better piece, essentially. So you do, like, a proper trade. But I could totally understand it, although it's, like, scaled up to 10, of a person actually being afraid when playing chess. Like, the idea of, like, I'm gonna get attacked. Where do I go? What do I do? Panic, you know? And I think that was just really fun and cute to see. But also at the same time, it's like the same thing with people who have like a deep fear of clowns. Like I don't fucking like clowns, so I'm gonna get it twisted. But at the same time, to me, I think like I don't know, man. There's some shit that like I remember everyone knows it just based on this. There was like a trailer that came out a long time ago. There was like this granny at like a gas station, like creeping up a wall and shit, and her like jaw was unhinged and shit. That's fear. That's some like fucking demented, horrible shit. They also played that movie like 1,000, that movie trailer. I didn't even know the movie name. I just know that most people know that fucking trailer and they're like, ew, why have you traumatized my child? Or me, a 16-year-old who's like, I hate horror things. Love Halloween though, so it's a kind of a weird cross there. Up says, just so we are clear, the original Tales team is gone and they would have done an amazing job. I'm not sure about that, Nub. Sorry, let me clarify. I think they do a better job than what we got for sure, but I just find it somewhat difficult because I don't think, like, there were moments where, like, I could see the weird Tales thing, specifically in the side quest, where there was some choice and there was some of this stuff where they kind of tried to, like, have fun, play around, but, like, I maybe that's what it was. Maybe it's just that, like, the people who ran the Tales from the Borderlands series didn't have full oversight. They only had, like, I hate to do this, but I keep coming back to I think Randy Pitchford has, like, a very specific vision of what Borderlands is to him, which is, like, jokes, memes, and like, the Avengers in two games, essentially. So he kind of builds towards that, and like, leaves his writers to kind of try to pick up the loose ends, I guess, but he, like, refuses to give them enough power to actually shape something in the proper way. But I might be just building up a villain in my mind. The point is that I don't know if I entirely agree that the Tales of the Borderlands people would have nailed it, because I don't think it's the same convergence. Like, I don't know if you could take the people who made the Tales of the Walking Dead series, the first game, let's say, and then give them, like, a dying light and them kill it, because I don't it's like a story isn't just about good. Like I don't like the Tales for the Borderlands people are great storytellers, but you need to write a story for the gameplay and the game that facilitates the unraveling of that story. Does that make sense? So like it's not the same thing as like you having endless bandwidth, endless this and that, go that or that way. I don't think it's the same like thing. It's like the same person who's like, I could, a person who's like a marathon runner, which is incredible, has great stamina. What do you call it? Him being like, oh, I could swim like 5 miles the same amount that I could run. And it's like, it's not even near the same thing. Although, yes, you do have like the core of stamina, and sure, you'd be probably better than a guy who has no experience, you know? So yeah, but that's kind of how I feel. Although I do agree that it would be much better. Although I don't know, because I do feel like I see like slight threads of like Tales of the Borderlands writing in Borderlands 3. Like when you meet the guy with the mustache, all those things feel kind of like that. But again, Tales of the Borderlands, I feel like is a great game. Like I've heard nothing but good things, and I've watched it like halfway through the game up to a playthrough I was watching of someone play it. But it does seem like it has this kind of like sit down, slow down, make some jokes, develop things. And that's not like the kind of formula that made Borderlands great. Like if you think about Handsome Jack or any of the like the moments of like Bloodwing dying, like these are fast-paced things that are honestly just like held together by voice logs and like great vocal acting.
Guests of the earth.
Also,
Photosynthesis.
God, there's so many like fucking voices that it's killing me that I can't like tell who's who.
Together we vanquish.
Like I keep thinking is that our like stream voice, or like text to speech or not? Ah. We'll do this. Maybe we'll reach him. Is he enough to kill her anyway? Things don't crit, man. It feels real bad. I probably can get like a much better crit stat on her now because I have like 1,000 heat artifacts or whatever it is. But yeah. Let me see what's going on. Nub says the original Tales team is gone, and they would have done an amazing job. You're kind of slandering the original Tales team with these statements. To be fair, I am also terrified of the Weeping Angels, to the point I try to avoid any immediate. Why? What? It's such a very specific thing. It's like someone being afraid of water. It's like, why? It's just like a statue that has tears coming down, and if you look away, you look back. You don't know like the weird peanut like thing that's like a giant little peanut stuffed animal wooden carving thing, and like if you look away, he like is right behind you, cracks your neck. I don't know. I could see if they made it creepier, where like not only like it was a beautiful statue that like the closer it got, it started to like get gnarled nails and like start to freeze in more grotesque ways, and like started like ripping apart the porcelain rock and like showing like flesh essentially. Like that would be more terrifying. But yeah, what is my weird fear thing? I mean, I'm not a big fan of spiders, but that's kind of like, yeah, or bees. I think it's like if right now, if there was a bee flying above your head, would you just be able to chill, or it'd be like, ah, fuck, like it's in my room, what the fuck? I don't want this thing to like live in here. Also, I'm trying to catch up on the comments of the Twitch chat because Nuba's been texting quite, but let me see. And they would have done a great job. Blah, 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 or like the Weeping Angels. Nub says, he sent me a gif of it, and I told him, lore-wise, they propagate with media of their image, and he immediately deleted it. Wow! How old? I mean, I don't mean to do this. How old is that man? Because, like, if he's above 25 years old, this is awesome. I love that they're still like. I mean, as a person who comes from a Portuguese family, there is mad superstition. So I'm not even like throwing shade. I'm just like, it's crazy that I've seen it in a different way. Essentially, like, yeah, 33. Holy fuck, 33. Oh, mother, does he not like horror movies at all, or is he like just a completely cross-wired guy? Wait, are you saying Randy Pitchford would basically pull a Neil Druckmann and Borderlands 4 will end up like Last of Us 2? I don't think so. I think what they have said, Nub, about the Borderlands game, which I don't hate, but they're like in the Tales of the Borderlands, the latest Tales game, they did find like a rock that revives people essentially. So people are basically like, okay, wouldn't that be cool of like the fourth game being like this Avengers style, except without like jumping into dimensions. It's basically we bring back everyone back to life, like Scooter like Angel, like Maya, sorry. Of course, they wouldn't be able to probably have their siren powers. Maybe even Jack or something like that. Probably not Jack. Probably not Jack. Leave Jack dead. He's done enough. But yeah, and then they'll basically we'll just devour some person in front of us, whomever it is, whoever the great alien threat is. But I don't know. It begs the question of well, what were they doing in Borderlands 4 or 3? 3. Were they just killing time until they could succeed? I don't know. We also will get to the story quest thing again eventually. Also, we have completed none today. Wow. Usually we complete quite a bit. That's literally what it does. That's literally what Weeping Angels are. Yeah. No, but I thought the Weeping Angel things were pretty much just a statue that creeps up on you, and then you look away, you look back, and they're 10 feet closer to you. But I'm saying they're still usually the just the fucking angel thing. It's just a statue. So at no point it gets close to you, and then it snaps your neck or something like that. But I don't know if it has the witch gnarled fingers eventually as it gets 2 feet from you. Maybe some people have done that. But yeah. I know. I think I'm sure it comes from a different place, but I know it from where it first got popular was in Doctor Who. Also, let me catch him on YouTube chat. Let me see. Fluff says first week of September is going to be busy. BG3 final major patch includes mod support. Oh, damn. Man, if they make that game like a Skyrim something that's not a top-down, you get a turn, I get a turn kind of game, I'll be juiced. Including mod sport, Jane Doe, Seth, Banner, and Space Marine. Yeah, Space Marines, I feel I might have to overlook just because there's so much going on. Yeah. V says, Lil Yeo on the 7th. Can't wait. Which one is that? Is that so there's a girl who's got the stars in her cape, essentially, you know what I mean? And then there's another person that I can't think of. I think she's I don't know. There was something about her that was pretty interesting. I forgot what it was though. But yeah, new characters coming to Withering Waves look neat too. Man, the one girl looks really cool, spectral person. I think she's gonna be spectral. Looks awesome, but at the same time, man, I don't know. I don't like to deviate from my teams. I'm not gonna start building a light team, you know what I mean? But she looks great. So this quest is just talk to this person and talk to that person, which it could be worse. So yeah. There's a whole gimmick about teleporting assassins. Also, I'm surprised people keep watching on YouTube when Twitch has the drops. I'm getting all the drops I don't want. Yeah, there is a Twitch drops on Withering Waves. I just don't know if they're ever worth it. I'm not sure if you guys are like me.
Make it fast.
But I don't know, man. Things have to be kind of worth it for me to put up with that. It's almost when there's free DLC on Epic Games Store, and I'm I mean, sure, if there's a whole ass free game for you downloading on Epic, I'm sure, why not? But it has to be if it's just XP books. I'm what? Or 5 Primo Gems. I'm the Twitch shops need to be a little more juicy in order for me to be able to. Sorry, hit the mic. Anime Tam, Seth, and Jerry, Jane, ZZ, Cat, and Mouse. Oh, I didn't even think about that. Isn't it Mouse and Cat though? Who the hell is putting Jerry or whatever his name is? Tom, sorry, with the fucking cat boy thing. What a weird thing. Now actually it makes sense. Oh, it makes a lot of sense. Yeah, Jerry was always a fucking animal. He's got the strength of a god, where he picks up a wooden hammer 5 times his size and throws it into someone's chest. And you're just holy fuck. Jerry, chill. Jesus Christ. Raid says, any time for me to do some ZZZ dailies, and then I might hop on Woo and do the event some more. Ooh, I haven't even done the event. Is it a grind raid? Fluff says, also, some of the gamer subs knew they restocked the Skater Girl and some other shirts this past week. Happy to finally catch it. Yeah, I know, man. It's always bad timing. I will say there was some new gamer subs shirts, which is cups, which looked wild. There was it was actually a really good composition. Also, hella down bad, but basically was a person like forward, basically, one person in frame, and then we're like, I think that's how it was. It seemed like it was one person from up front, but it was like zoomed in, and then from the other side, it was basically two like flipped around. So like you're facing this way, and the other person, two people are facing this way, and there's one in the middle. Does that make sense? And that way, the one is Booba, and then the other one's, well, it's like Booba, and it's a whole thing. It looks like a lot. It looked like a lot. Faceless, hello. I know I don't play Genshin anymore, but Fire Archon is my favorite looking and story next to the right. What does the Fire Archon even look like? Let's see this. What is happening with this? I'm not going back. Okay, I refuse. Until like a month, like months for like maybe next year. We'll like play it and just catch up and then be done forever. Fire Archon. What does she look like? What is her whole deal? Oh. What? What? What did they do to our girl, man? I don't have save search on, so I should be careful showing this. This, I'll just open up in a new image tab. And this. What did they do? I thought it would be a chibi thing. This is the Archon that I thought we would get, which is like the chibi little fucking punch your chest and explode it, essentially. And then it'd be like, fuck. Who cares? This is who she is. This one right here. Oh, be careful, say search. This is what she looks like. What? I'm not exactly upset, but I am surprised, and I don't know if I like the glasses. It makes her look kind of weird. That's a good image. That makes her look pretty fantastic. Is that right? Man. I don't know. I do think she looks good. I don't know. She looks like a biker, which is not bad, but she's like wearing leather biker stuff. I don't know why. It doesn't, maybe it's just because in my head I had this image of like what the Fire Archon was going to be, which is like this tiny little child that could like punch you in the chest and like fucking knock a wind out of you. And instead they're like, I mean, she looks great. I'm not going to deny she looks fantastic, but yes. Also, before that, I opted not to worry about the new day to night stuff. I like the concept of it, especially on the shirt, but I feel like the back design is a bit too scantily clad for my comfort. Yeah, I was about to say, there's a lot of those that are like, this is a lot. You know, I thought, I highly doubt they'll change the combat style to be anything outside of turn-based, but they're a bit of mod for WSD movement and a third-person camera mod. See, that might be good. Not enough. Maybe not. I'll have to see what it is, but I don't have time to play anything right now, so yeah. But one mod that confirmed is the party limit remover, allowing at least 8 in your party. Holy, so you can just fucking eviscerate. Yeah, I've seen VR cup/shirt design is great. Love the concept. I've not seen VR. Who's that? Base double-sided design so far. Best double-sided design so far. But those also too much for me to want it as a shirt. Gotcha. Oh, I know which one you're talking about. That one, Grin, I was thinking about buying the one, the skate one. Skate one's great. Oh, you mean the cup. Yeah. Fire Archon looks cool. Yeah, maybe it's just because I have like it so vividly in my head of like she should be this tiny child who's gonna fuck shit up. Instead, she looks like she looks like the Fire Archon. I mean, like she looks exactly like what you would think a Fire Archon look like, and not like the inverse, which I always find fun. Like when you take like a fucking, I don't know, like a tiny little fucking midget dude, and he just can level like a rock in half. That's fun. That's fun. And if you just like big guy is strong, guess what? He actually is strong. It's like the big guy is actually an alchemist who makes potions. What? Awesome. I like that a lot. The character they've teased for every major arc/region has never been the Archon. What does it mean? Remains me of Syndria. Okay, I don't know who that is off the top of my head. Also, before I get lost, Alone yesterday said that there's a special combination of gamer subs that he tried and he thought was really good, which was Blowhole Blast which is Shy Lily's flavor, and 6-pack abs. So I mixed 1.5 scoop of both of those into here, and I wanted to see if it was good. These are not my favorite by themselves, so we'll see if this just becomes worse or better, but yeah. It's definitely a lot of flavors. It's definitely like 6 things fighting in my mouth. It doesn't taste bad, but it kind of tastes like when you mix like a lot of the like 4 flavors of slushy together. When you're getting like, ooh, that's cherry. Ooh, now that's lime, I guess. I don't know what. Ooh, now it has like an aftertaste of something else, you know?
Lone Syndicate said I did another combo. I mixed Sprite and Gamer Subs and it was refreshing.
Sprite? Ooh, I haven't tried it yet. I haven't tried Canada Dry. I would try a Sprite. Sprite's too sugary, I think. But Canada Dry, I think, would be not bad. It's not bad. It's not terrible. I could drink it. I don't know if it's better than either of them separate, personally. Although I'm not a fan of... I'll have to drink more of it. I'm not sure. I don't know if I like it yet. Also, I still haven't learned how to make a selected name for people. Also, damn, I can't do this in combat, can I? No, I can't. Damn it. Damn it. Apparently, they made like a new version of him that's going to be very difficult to fight against. That's not exactly right.
Be reduced to cinders.
There's like bosses that they eventually upload. Yeah, I definitely need my... Oh, I didn't mean to use it twice. That was an absolute waste. Also, what do you call it, Fluff? Do you know when we get access in the Wukong game to the summoner type F abilities? Also, I just have the one guy on my party just so that I can benefit from the movement of the Hellrider vehicle set thing. Why is because I did something crazy. I ran around this entire map and I collected like 90% of these square cube things. So I've been grinding. The reason why is because you get constellations for Dark Rover or whatever it is, Havoc Rover.
No need
Stop, man, chill.
Luminous energy. Grow for me.
Damn it. That should have been parried with.
Together we vanquish.
This. One of those. Then this thing. This thing. Oh, I did not know how enabled she was by the other person. Kind of wild. The one girl with the Havoc's buff, what is it called? The skill buffer, essentially. She makes her feel much stronger than she actually is. Let's switch back to that because yes. Also, check out my progress on my characters. Check this out. First of all, she's perfect, almost maxed out except for her outro skill because who cares? I got Rover, his 3 constellations, which apparently we're getting more in the next update. Bang, bang, bang. I don't know if they're good or not. Anyways, and I leveled up him to 80. Not bad. And I got his weapon up to 80 as well. So he is now usable main DPS. I haven't got the artifacts, which is probably the main thing that we probably should use. I think I have them, though. I've farmed a lot of the one set, like the one ley lens. So we theoretically should be semi-okay. Kind of. We need to collect random shit. Let's run around. A little character wasn't supposed to be the Fire Archon. She was just supposed to be Nutella rep, like the Xyno for the Sumeru. Oh, I thought people were saying that she was gonna be that in the back of the day. Weird. I still think it would be cool if they looked a little bit different. Like again, there's not many characters in Genshin that I think have
Make
that,
it fast.
What do you call it?
How do you like these?
The different thing, like the kind of like what Overlord I think really popularized. I mean that's not fair to say, but I know it from Overlord. But like the contrasting differential thing, basically. So like I mean, it's like a tomboy. It's basically the best way to describe it. Like a woman who is masculine, I guess, or whatever it could be. You know, those kinds of things. Like an inverse character. Like so again, big buff guy that happens to not like to do anything with muscles that he has. You know, he cooks. He just cooks food all the time. Fluff says you should have plucked of many just before the Tiger Vanguard boss. You should have pluck of many just before the Tiger boss. Some bosses also provide rock solid, the alternative cloud step, and parry. As for the weapon armor, what do you mean? Yeah, I don't know. What do you mean by that? Some bosses, you should have already pluck of many just before the entire boss. Yeah, I don't know what that means. You mean I already have a lot of them? Some bosses also provide rock solid, the alternative cloud, step, the parry. As for the weapon armor and other gear boosts, pluck of many for a summoner build would, well, you'll need to thoroughly explore most of the game. I don't understand, but okay. To me, you told me that it's much more complicated, and that's fine. But yeah, then I thought it was about like we eventually just get access to Wukong being able to summon multiple of himself, which I think would probably be just one of his like special Wukong. What's it called? Like we're looking for like artifacts for Wukong. I think that'd be one of them because it's kind of an iconic thing for Wukong is him being able to make doubles of himself. So yeah. Baseless says, you still going for Caesar in ZZZ 2? I wanted to talk to you guys about that when we finally switch over to ZZ after we're done doing some story, which we should probably get to like now. I'm just kind of dragging ass at this point, but I just want to wrap up the daily grind, you know what I mean? But yeah, I don't know. I still need to ramble at you guys because I still don't know what the right decision is. Lone was being mighty convincing because he basically was saying that Caesar seems to be a person that works with everybody because all she needs is someone who can detonate her defensive parry, essentially, which every character seemingly can. It's just the thing when you switch to the character at the last minute, you activate like his parry, essentially, and that will give her buff. So Caesar can basically work with anybody. So then the only thing that you're trying to do is basically enable John Doe. So John Doe requires an anomaly character to boost themselves up, but I don't know if I have a good anomaly character that I want that's good, you know, like that I have and that I want to use, you know. And then there's very few that like you can get an anomaly character that will also benefit from Jane Doe's weird shit because they're not like an anomaly character that needs attack or whatever it could be. No, it'd be anomaly as well. Yeah. It's not like not an anomaly character wants another anomaly character on the team usually, so it's just kind of weird. Jane Doe's doing weird shit essentially. Anyways, but yeah, so that's the team that could kind of work. Is because I was basically debating in my head. I'm like, should I get Jane Doe if I'm really gonna go for Caesar? And I like her gameplay a lot, which is tough because a lot of the other gameplay that I've seen, I don't really like any of the upcoming characters, so it kind of just leaves you in a weird place. So I'm kind of in this place where I'm like, I don't know. Whenever she comes out, I'll play a lot of her and see if we hate her, love her. I think I've already really like her gameplay, so we'll see. But, you know, sometimes you have to suffer. You just have to be like, you know what, we can't have nice things. Yeah. Because there's not a question that I'm going for Caesar. The question is, will I have to use every cent of gem that I have on John Doe and pray that Caesar is the second banner? And that way I can recover a little bit in the, what's her name, Bernice character, and then I'll have like a little bit going up, and then I'll even have to spend like $50 just to get enough pulls for what's her name, and then I will never spend money in that game again, or I don't know. I guess I just still don't know. I still have a lot to do in the daily grind thing. Where do we need to go? Is it down?
Winds, heed my command.
Oh, it's probably under this. Oh, new character. There she is, just creepily standing there. Kind of, yeah, what the heck? That's mad weird. Just off looking in the distance. Definitely like an anime main protagonist moment for sure. Nope says, I'll be lurking. Gotcha, Nope. Pluck of Many is the summoner skill for Wukong. Okay. Rock Solid is the parry spell. Yeah. I got the. We just finished beating the tiger, and now I'm like wondering when the Pluck of Many would become available. Bolty says, sub Caesar C6 when? Yeah, right. I'm not doing C6 Caesar, you mental case. I can't even believe Bolty had almost got a full constellation character of Changli. It's just like leaves me like, what? Excuse me? Fluff says, easiest combo to achieve both Jane and Caesar together is Piper. I know, but I hate Piper. Piper's the worst. Being both an anomaly and biker faction. I know, but we don't need both. We need one. We need one.
The moment at hand. This very moment.
Yeah, and that's the hell.
Is the best
Nub
of our
says,
lives.
or not Nub, sorry. Fluff says, alternatively, Bernice would also work. Yeah, it's just that's not even an option. You get 3 characters back to back. Oh, pain. All right, how are you? Are you gonna be fun, kind, or both? Also, is this the right quest? Yes.
Alert. The person ahead is confirmed to possess information related to Xiaosheng.
It's kind of quiet.
Based on the writing style, paragraphing habits, and content of the wish, it can be inferred that Xiaosheng is likely introverted and may exhibit nervousness in public settings, difficulty in communication, and a preference for solitary activities.
Beautiful. Some would say the perfect woman, honestly.
These characteristics match this individual's behavior.
Are you saying she's the person?
A definitive conclusion cannot be drawn.
Got it, buddy.
Master requests that Shang Li avoid making judgments about humans solely based on their external appearances.
That's a nice ad. You should be able to take in some information, which it seems like he's allowed. Fluff says Seth potential will work for both Jane and Caesar, being the PubSec faction, and if Caesar requires non-faction to be another defense unit. Yeah, I don't know if I feel like Seth. I mean, maybe like it's when they say like. Perfect parry, maybe it's just like a placeholder for like a defense character. It would be very odd that you need to run 2 defense characters to enable each other, though. That would make less sense to me. So I feel like there's a high probability that it is just the parry character. Lone says, Caesar is the first banner, most likely Grin. Great. Cool. Good. Awesome. Anyways.
According to my data analysis, there is a 25.4% correlation between these 2 individuals.
Got it, buddy.
Shang Li proposes you make the
it wouldn't hurt, I
decision
guess.
on
Yeah,
whether
I'm
to-
kidding. Talk to the fucking person. Why don't we just fucking profile this person from behind? Oh. Man, the edit would be so easy for her to be drawing like yaoi horrible shit, you know what I mean? Brutal. Is it yaoi? Is that what I'm thinking of? What is the one where like it's just boy love? I think it's yaoi. I don't know what it is. But yeah. Excuse me, miss. The skin is crazy. It's just glowing.
Wow, what a cute little robot. Would it feel weird to ask if I could do a sketch of it? I'll just do it at a distance once they've walked away.
First of all, did not expect that voice. Holy shit. Giga Chad. Secondly, what do you call it? I did not... A bad look whenever you see, like, an animal-adjacent creature and you poke your finger right into its eyes. Like into its... Yeah, not good, but hey. Social anxiety. Dude, as a person who I think has a decent amount of social anxiety, I hate when people, like, when so many, like, TikToks and shit about it where, like, they're trying to make it cute. Like, oh my god. And it's like... Stop it. Stop trying to make cringe cute, okay? Hello. There I am.
Whoa. Hi. Lovely weather, huh?
Oh, she's blushing.
Can I help you?
That's adorable, man. Yes, weather.
Analyzing weather conditions. Detecting a rapid increase in air humidity and a significant drop in air pressure.
Sorry, gang. I forgot we're listening. The music is still going. It's probably hella annoying.
Data suggests rainfall should be expected within the next few hours, covering 60% of the Jinzhou area.
I just feel bad. Her hair, it's her posture that like makes me feel bad. Like she's having a bad time.
That's right. The weather isn't actually all that great. I didn't realize.
It's pretty good. Looks like a fine day. What are you talking about? I come from Canada. You either get like bone-chilling snow weather or like the hottest sun you've ever seen. Don't worry. We're just here to chat. I'm sure you love that.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I don't think you mean anything bad.
Guys,
I'm just not very good at talking to strangers.
with people
that's
like
all.
this, it's just like a cringe fest, but it's worth it always. Because as soon as you get past the like, oh fuck, you're new and different, and I don't know what's going on, they're like ride or die people. You get some of the best conversations from these people, but it is something we gotta buckle into because it's just like this is gonna be pulling teeth. It's gonna be a real hard conversation where we just get so much secondhand embarrassment, but it's all worth it because you get a solid person usually at the end of it. My name's me. Me? No, I mean you.
My name's Judge.
No, anyways. Rush hour things. Anyway.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah. Does the name ring? I've completely given up on names in general. What is that? What is XIAOSHENG? What the fuck are you talking about? I don't even know where to start, you know, and then someone's gonna come in here and be like, this is silence, and I appreciate the help, but at the same time, it's just like, what? I mean, the point is that, why? What has happened here? I know it's a different culture. It's just so different from me. What do you expect from me? Does this name ring any bells? What are you doing just now? When she was drawing. Let's ask about what's going on with her.
Me?
Yeah.
Ah, this is my painting scroll. I'm searching for inspiration for my next painting.
Holy fuck.
Am I not allowed to do that here?
No.
I'm so sorry. I'll leave right away.
No, man. Aw, man. Her voice is kind of cute. Her whole demeanor is like this weird, fucked up, kind of protector. I mean, it's just fucked up because it's like simpy nonsense we should chill out about. But I don't know. She has not shown herself to be manipulative in any way. Just a person that has a lot of self-doubt and what do you call it, is not wanting conflict, which is honestly a fair kind of person. A fair kind of person.
Verifying rules and regulations. There is currently no prohibition on painting or photography in this area. You may rest assured, ma'am.
I like this whole like back and forth a lot. So you're a painter.
A painter? Oh, no. It's just a hobby.
These people make me mad. Like, it's just a hobby, and then they draw like a fucking crazy photorealistic face and shit, and you're like, fuck you. You know what I mean? Like, I have hobbies too. I'm not like this. Okay, I'm not out here like killing it enough to make it an actual job. Anyways, so it's not a match. She isn't who we're looking for, so it's not a match. So she isn't who we're looking for. No, she's just an idiot who's fucking being bashful or whatever.
Excuse me, but is something wrong?
Yes, have some goddamn self-confidence. We're actually here for someone.
Well, someone who goes
Someone
by
with
the
a little
name
more
Xiao
confidence.
Sheng?
So sorry.
Maybe a shy researcher? I've never heard of anyone by that name. Sorry, I couldn't help. I don't have a wide social circle. Mostly just my painting clients. But I'll let you know if I do.
Okay. They do such a good job with like, it's like, yeah, like even just this static image and shit. Like there's slight swaying happening with her wrists and her hair and her face. Her like neck's pretty still, but otherwise it's like a normal. Like I feel it's like not a static image. You know what I mean? I appreciate it.
You're welcome. I'll be on my way then. Goodbye.
Oh man! Oh, I love her so much. She's great. Oh man, that I am the person who absolutely despises cringe. I cannot. I'm cringe myself, yes, but like seeing people like just humiliate themselves essentially has always been like. It just makes me feel like visceral, like. It's sadness. I'm not laughing at them. It's almost like people like pimple popping. It's the same feeling of like aversion that I'm like, oh, fuck off. But this is that in between weird thing of like ASMR where I hate ASMR too. But there's like this weird in between where it's like river water that I'm like, you know what? Kind of fire. Not sure if it quite is the same thing. I imagine it's somewhat connected. But yeah, it's the version of it that I like. This is such a good delivery of a character. Doesn't feel like it's like a person pretending to have social anxiety or anything like that. It feels like a pretty well represented version of like, it's a little amped up, of course, because it's anime. But other than that, yeah, it's unlike she had anything to do with the wish. Cool. Okay.
Affirmative. The individual showed no signs of abnormalities when mentioning the name Xiaosheng.
Okay. Let's go around and look for someone else. So now we might actually have access to her main story quest, now that we've basically bumped into her.
Might as well ask another researcher.
Sweet.
Detected. Individual meeting search criteria. Analyzing target identity.
Ugh.
Researcher of the Department of Laboratory Evaluation, Huashu Academy. Suggested topics of inquiry, Xiaosheng, or work stress.
Work stress?
Rest assured, when discussing heavier topics, I will employ a light and humorous inquiry method.
Great. Guys, you know when you overheat a lot, so you have like a fan pointed at you, but then your eyes just start drying out like crazy, and you're like, I don't know what to do, because if the fan's on, not on me, it's worse. Like I just boiling alive, but, you know.
Been tossing and turning all week. Can't switch off these thoughts at night. I can't take it any longer. Been scrolling through the forums lately? There's this thing blowing up called Nighttime Blues Syndrome on the Huashu Hive.
Definition of noun. Nighttime blues syndrome. A popular term used to describe the state of today's youth that have lost their enthusiasm towards life due to excessive work.
This is a real big downer.
Stress. Symptoms include avoiding social engagements, reluctance to work, insomnia, and signs of depression.
I was gonna say, this is a real deep cut. Dude, I won't get too much into it because it is very sad, but like, apparently there's like these weird TikTok trends or some shit, like it's called like the blackout challenge. Basically it's like asphyxiating yourself. To me, I'm just like, what? Like, what are you talking about? Same thing I remember back in the day, there was like, you set yourself on fire and then you fucking run into your bathtub. And a part of me is like, well, first of all, it's sad because people die from these stupid challenges. But at the same time, in my head, I'm like, what? Like, I as a kid who had a very dangerous childhood, like as far as like we could have died 1,000 times, we like went tobogganing. Tide Pod challenge, exactly. Tide Pod, at least it's like, you bite it, you spit it out. I don't think it's gonna kill. Burning your, like soaking yourself in gasoline and fucking lighting yourself on fire is like, what? It's like, to me, there's like, it's not even just like a bad death, it is the worst death. It's like one of the worst things possible. Anyways, the point is that I remember back in my day, we would like jump down hills, tobogganing, and like fucking smash our skulls into shit. Our knees would be like always cut up. We'd have all this prom. We would do like truth or dare, and we would like, I don't know, do a shoey with like fucking Dr. Pepper. It's horrible shit. Like, just you get virusy, not great. But I never was like, I'm gonna immolate myself because of a fucking dickhead on internet. Like, it's we had like pain Olympics. I didn't want to go into that, but that's one of the worst corners of the industry, internet, man. To give you like a slight peek behind the corner, it was basically people trying to do like most hurtful things to themselves possible. One of them that my brother told me about, because luckily I didn't see it. It was the dude literally cutting off his own and ripping off of it, basically. Awful, like just horrible shit, like dark web internet nonsense before like moderation was on the internet, really. Horrible. But point is, we had that, so it's not like we didn't have that there. I just don't know. How do you protect against that? You know what I mean? Like, people be like, you punch these people who do these challenges. Man, some comedy is like, hey, fuck you, essentially. Like, kill yourself or something like that. Are you good? Like, you can't even say that without people fucking going off and murdering themselves? Like, damn. What is that? Like, you have to nerf the world for the one common denominator that is gonna, like, say immolation myself is fucking a great idea? Like, what?
Further analysis reveals an 87% correlation between the syndrome's
A few colleagues from other departments even used it as an excuse to ask for leave yesterday. They wrote, "The world is such a wonderful place, filled with different kinds of sadness to experience each day. Ugh, lucky bastards. Taking time off whenever they want. And look at us, sweating bullets over research with no results in sight. How are we supposed to sleep?
Is that the latest thing? You know, I don't usually visit those forums, but this term, maybe it's because everyone's feeling the pressure lately. Relax, take some time off. You can leave the rest of your work to me. Don't let it get into your head. Smile, and everything will be a-okay.
Solid thing to tell a woman is to smile. They love it. It's just the best thing. Even though it's not, and again, everyone smiling would probably be a better world, but hey. Anyway, I was gonna say, what do you call it, Fluff? That is the perfect time to use the /S comment, because Fluff says, also, decided to finally try the EDF, because it's a new conversation, it's a new topic. EDF World Brother, a Vortex-style spin-off of the main EDF series. And it's been a blast. I referred all of the main and spin-off games with the unlockable character. Ooh, okay. Also, I'm bad at reading, so it's nice for the AI to be like, "Rrr, rrr, rrr." I unlocked the jet from the Inspector armor pretty early, and he's been my mainstay until the 4th squad. Yeah, I know a lot of people who love those EDF games. It's like a big thing. Big thing.
You sure are optimistic at a time like this. Anyway, I really need to pass out for a while. She's all yours.
Well, I already read it, a little bit of it, so I got the gist, but next time. Next time would be cool. What does Love say?
Hello? You listening to our conversation the whole time?
Fluff says, I'm thankful I don't have morbid curiosity. I've avoided most of the well-known cursed internet videos. I don't know if I have morbid curiosity. I definitely have I don't have the desire to seek out things. Like, I know some people have they watch gore videos, and I'm like, that's fucking what? Like, out of all the things that to me makes me feel like unhuman, it's watching anything that's like a dude getting his arm blown off or something. But what do you call it? I do have I don't want to say intrusive thoughts, because they're not even intrusive. So much as when you guys are on a long trip on a highway straight, just going to another town essentially, whatever it be, and you see these gigantic gas canisters, these giant tubes. In your head, do you not think at some times you're like, man, it's crazy that they were just out here? You think it'd be so easy for someone to just have a hunting rifle and shoot one of them and then just explode it and then run away and leave forever. I feel like it'd be hard to track. I'm not sure if that's morbid so much as it's a catastrophe brain, essentially, looking for this is a problem. This could go real bad, you know? We're all kind of just acting like this is not what could happen, you know? We're just we're gonna hope that no one does that and just live our normal life, you know? Yeah. There's something we'd like to ask.
Wait a second, it's you, isn't it? The one who sucked in a tacit discord with your bare hands.
Why'd you jump away from me in the flesh?
I didn't expect to meet you at a place like this. Are you here for something?
Who's gnawing?
Is it about the monsters?
I'm ready to find this guy.
Xiao Sheng. Pretty average name if you ask me.
McFlufferkin said EDF Insect Armageddon was my first entry into the series, so it's a huge amount of nostalgia to be able to play as those classes again after well over a decade.
Maybe wait until... I think I got it. I think I got what it's... I was listening to 2 dialogue things. It's where it gets a little tricky. There's also one of the things you can't mute the game. But yeah. No, that worked great. I could understand it clearly. That was great. I actually don't know what happened. I tried to hit go, but I guess I should have just waited for it to complete itself. I was trying to skip it, but anyways. Red says, so I'm doing public event on Once Human right now. That's supposed to be PvP, I think, but since my server is dead, everyone transfers a new server. Oh no! Do you want to do PvP? Oh, I guess PvP doesn't imply you're killing each other. It means you're also helping each other. Okay. Well, I can't control when it plays. I wait for the yeah. Oh, I waited for a pause. Oh shit, sorry. Sorry. I don't know what to do, but I could be send your text to speech in. It'd be weird. I could just do the event solo and get all rewards. Okay. I feel like there's gonna be friction like that with the thing, which I'd rather have your message in TDS than not. So just run it whenever you have it.
Searching Nighttime Blues Syndrome and Xiaosheng as keywords. There are 417 relevant results found.
Oh, I see.
Search results consist of forum posts made under the username Xiaosheng. Example result: another day today.
Wait a minute. Analyzing someone's online behavior without their consent is a violation of robotics protocols.
Punch him in the throat, me.
Searching protocol confirmed. Violation of protocol detected. Shangli, I'm sorry. Initiating self-destruct sequence.
What? Now is not the time for jokes. This person's name.
Apologies.
Lee. Does that sometimes? I hope you don't mind. Just trying to lighten the mood. Yeah.
Oh, well, its creator gave it some good features. It's fine. But do you mind me asking, why are you looking for Xiaosheng in the first place?
This question involves the individual's privacy. We are unable to disclose any details to those not directly involved.
I understand. Speaking of which, this robot looks rather familiar.
Weird that he was like, hey,
Could it be from
you
the
can't
Moon Tree
talk about
Lodge
this.
by any chance?
That's someone else's information. And it's like, hey, can you give me that information? Yeah, tell me about it. How did you figure that out?
I see. Well, I heard that wishes made at the Moon Tree Lodge tend to come true. I was thinking of trying it out myself at some point.
It's wild. Imagine that was your job. You decided to like make everyone else's wishes happen. I feel like you'd have to do some like monkey paw shit eventually where you're like, I want as much money as possible. And it's like, I robbed that orphan who had like $5 and that's as much money to him that was possible. And now it's yours. So that's just kind of what we have to do. And you're a monster eventually, but it's no way to make it happen. You know?
It's almost time to set up the centrifuge. I need to make my way back and check on the samples.
Pretty sure our server was PvE red, so I don't think it has the PvP. Once human has the PvP,
No information was obtained
Deviant
regarding
and events. Okay.
Xiaosheng's
What's that?
identity. Acquired new keyword.
What's deviance? What is that? Is that like a? I don't know what the game really is. I know once human has a bunch of weird levels to it. I just don't know what. Like in Pal World, the main hook is like capturing pals. And Ark Survival Evolved, it's like making bases and capturing pals or capturing dinosaurs. I don't know what once humans thing is. It's base building and like boss farming and like build creation maybe? Nighttime Blue Syndrome, I guess.
Yes. We can always check the forums for any updates later.
Ah, my tooth.
Now then, let's try our luck somewhere else.
Attention. During our conversation with Shafan, another researcher was detected
McFlufferkin said
within
deviants are the
proximity.
SCP-like creatures
The
you can
individual
capture and
has
use for
been
base automation and
eavesdropping
combat.
on our conversation.
Okay. Okay, so they sound like weird. Huh? Yeah, they sound like kind of like
Till
pseudo
this moment.
Eavesdropping?
pals. Like it's just
Wait a
same
minute.
idea, same premise.
Uploading the researcher's location to your terminal.
Sweet. I'm a little worried. It does seem like
Finally,
ZZZ.
some useful information for once.
Shang Li is always useful.
Saying Li sounds very similar to Chang Li. I was gonna say, there's still a lot of talking. I don't mind it. I wish that like Genshin always did a pretty good job, but like giving us some blood, and then had some talking, and not like here's just fucking 20 minutes of. Actually, no, it does do that. It does. Never mind. It does do that as well. But hey,
Oh, you found me. I was
You were eavesdropping on our conversation.
bastard.
Please.
sorry about that, but I had a good reason for doing it. I can help you with the person you're looking
You
for.
mean the guy?
You want to help
girl?
him fulfill the wish he submitted with a pseudonym, but you don't know his real
How'd you know?
identity. Well, it's obvious just by looking at the two of you.
Got it.
That robot My name's Jolie. Xiaosheng's my friend, and I know who he really is.
How do I help him?
And as a matter of fact, you've already met him.
You mean by Z?
No, it's Shafan. He probably realized who you were as well. Explains why he made up an excuse and left in a hurry.
Bastard.
Still running away from his problems by the looks of it.
He seems different from in the Wish.
I was just as surprised as you were when I first found out that Xiao Shang was actually Shifan. The two of us grew up together, went to school together.
Got it.
And he's always been the center of attention. Easygoing, always fitting in effortlessly.
Got it.
But at some point in time, he started writing these negative posts on the forums.
Ooh.
It didn't take me long to figure out
We're
Xiao
hunting
Shang
a
was
troll,
him.
boys.
Every time I asked him, he'd always wriggle his way out of it. And he started distancing himself from me.
Or a Redditor,
and even
whichever
transferred
one
himself to another project
you'd
team.
want. Julie pulls out his terminal and shows you a picture of your hand.
Oh, that's from an accident during an experiment involving echoes a while back. It wasn't too bad, but it did leave a few symptoms. I haven't been able to operate any precision instruments since then.
Every character in this game has beautiful skin. It sounds weird, but it's just the damn lighting.
At first, I thought that maybe Shifan started distancing himself from me because I couldn't continue to work on his project anymore. But deep down, I knew he was not that kind of person.
Oh, you can't do like group activities within that game, right? That's ass. Like world bosses, that's shit. Which is a shame, yeah. Since there is a deviant I want in the Prime Wars. Shit, and once human doesn't allow any modding?
So, I have a request.
That's ass. I feel like a game that would really fit into modding.
I want to know what kind of wish he made, and if possible, I want to help make it come true.
Got it.
The integrity of Jolie's information is estimated to be at
All right.
around 90.
Again, my biggest criticism for ZZ is that there's a lot of like filler word stuff that doesn't really need to be there.
Well, that's how it is. Is he blaming himself for my injury? But that's not true. I've never felt that way. He wrote that wish, but he's still the man he was before. He still smiles and comforts others and helps people whenever they're in a difficult spot. Which makes me feel even more worried for him.
You know what's weird? You know what's really weird? I was going to say, a lot of media we talk about here quite a bit where it's like storytelling and stuff like that has a way of like injecting things that don't really seem like it's indicative of the plot. Like for instance, randomly these two characters are gay, you know, or a different reaction is like the last Star Wars movie, for whatever reason, Kylo Ren and his, what do you call it, Palpatine daughter, whatever, decide to randomly kiss despite having like none of that tension the entire movie, essentially. Like there's this weird shit of like, what are you doing? But then it's funny because when a story is done really well, or like even when like these two characters are done really well, and you can tell they like really care for one another, there's a part of my brain that like, are you guys gonna be like a fun, happy, what is it called? What is it called? It's like the best friends that love each other thing. I don't know what it's like, an anime. Girls love it. I always laugh because I have this memory in my brain of me talking about how like an anime that I really enjoyed was this anime where like it's just a bunch of bros that are in prison and basically like hanging out and making jokes and stuff like that. And I always thought it was like such a good comedy anime. And Nub came in here a long time ago and was just like, yeah, Grin, that's what is it called? Is it yaoi? I don't know what it's called. It's like the boy love essentially. And what do you call it? I was like, no, they're just like good friends and they look out for one another. And then Nub was like, no, Grin, that is what that is. Like they never like do anything with it usually. It's just kind of like as close as you can possibly get to not hetero, essentially. But I find it funny because Nub was like this. I'm like, oh, it's so sweet. You guys should be a lovely couple, you know? Because it's not forced, I think. It's just like, oh, these people really care for each other and it's sweet. We want to understand this. I think the same thing with Good Omens. If you guys know that TV show, I think it's a really good example of like they did a really good job of making these two people love each other. Yeah, well, I'm right. Okay, that's where it's going. Yeah, but I don't know. There's some instances where it's like, okay, no, you've done such a good job about conveying these two people's caring for one another that it's like, you know what? Just get married already. You know, it's like the whole like shipping mindset, which I unfortunately have a lot of. We want to understand the true wish.
Thank you for telling me all this. I'm afraid Shifan and I aren't on talking terms at the moment, but maybe he'll listen to you.
I thought she said she. What?
He's been fascinated by echoes ever since he was a child. Echo-related research was all he'd been working on before he left our project.
Yeah, and Baka. Yeah. Or something. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what it was. It's great. It's great anime. Great anime. Super fun. Again, if you like friendship, there's a lot of friendship in there. Even if people want to corrupt friendship, okay.
He loves Echoes so much. And now, he's given up on it completely.
With the exception of the green guy. The green guy is so close to a woman. Anyway. Anyway.
I think this might be a good place to start to have him open up to you.
Good to know. Thanks for the info.
Please. If you find out what his wish is...
I got you. Okay. Give me blood.
Hi there.
Blood for the blood god.
How are things on your end?
What?
Transferring progress log. Transfer complete.
It is very weird that like some stuff is dialogued, like, you know, voice acted, and then other stuff isn't. I rather, yeah, I don't know. It's nice and it's both weird at the same time.
Fantastic. It appears everything has been going smoothly. Long story short, I've managed to decipher the code from earlier. It's Echoes. The code mentions 3 Echo sample datasets Chiffon once needed for his research. According to the Academy's archives, his research partner, Joe Lee, had an accident.
Why?
Data can be of help to you.
Lone Syndicate said was watching some more plus-sized elf, and my god, the thickness in that anime is most of the time perfect like goddamn.
That was very, very witty voice for such a degeneracy, but okay. I will say, I just think poke fun. Why it's something they teach you in like writing classes and stuff like that, which is like, what do you not need? Anything that like recovers like ground you've already covered. Like we already just found this out. Why do we need to like he figured it out too? Like,
well then, it's time to look for some echoes.
I guess there's only 2 more sentences. It's not that bad, but it could have been. It could have been real bad. Thankfully, they also made this little trip easy for us. That's so nice of them. But what do you call it, Lone?
McFlufferkin said also started a new modded BG3 run with my brother and a friend of his. He made a Satyr Alchemist Artificer, friend made an Azima Sentinel, and I have an Allen Circle of Stars Druid.
Okay. You guys got all loaded up, ready to rock then? Hot damn.
Victory, guide my blade.
Yeah, what do you call it? Baldur's Gate? So wait, you guys doing a, yeah.
How
modded one? I didn't get the modded bit. Yeah. The modded bit with your things and everyone's got locked and loaded. I was watching, again, I don't know much about Baldur's Gate, but I did see the Criken's kind of like rundown of it where he was playing with a bunch of people, and it was kind of crazy how each person has like a turn and all that stuff.
Beep, beep. All target echoes acquired. Task complete. Well done.
When can we go find Chiffon? We have everything we need now.
I knew you could do it.
Okay.
Transmission is normal? Yes, that's everything.
What's going on?
It's one of Shanli's features. I can join you on your travels this way.
Bodhi says, that's Yahweh or boy love if you want to call it, in more novel ways, and not Hadada. Yeah, I'm about to say that. Oh, is that what it is? When does Yahweh become Hadada? Or is it always Hadada? I don't know. No, Once Human is more of an MMO than games like Power. Yeah, that's what I kind of thought read as well. I feel like that was the vibe I got as well. So no modding, although it doesn't seem like it's out of the, like, Power World's pretty fucking huge, like, you know, and it can all run on one computer, so, and you can mod that, so I don't know. To me, I'm not sure how big Once Human is. I know it's big. I just want to know if it's that big, like bigger, like 10 times bigger than than Power World. Sorry. Lone says, all right, watch the thing. The modding aspect is both the classes and playable races. Artificer on an official D&D class, but it wasn't included in Baldur's Gate 3. Okay. So you guys are all just playing and you're all using your different classes. I wish I knew them better so I could be a better conversationalist about this.
Ensuring our audio, visual, and movement modules are in sync to keep our communications seamless. It's our quickest way to connect.
Ooh. Lone says, Grin, you should watch some clips of the anime. I could. I'm pretty sure I would watch them now. What is it called, Lone? Can you send me the name that I would do YouTube search and like we could look at it right now?
Plus,
I can't think I can show it on screen.
Chiffon might find it difficult
to
open
like,
up
oh my god, what is this?
colleague from the academy.
I might be able to show some of it. You're right.
So, without further ado, let's be on our...
Okay.
Lone Syndicate said, no, don't watch that on stream.
Why? Is it that bad? Is it that degenerate? Well, now I feel like I gotta watch it, but I can't show a stream. I'll just have to, like, Mute it. And observe.
Make it fast. Make it fast.
Fluff says, no worries, Grin. The druid subclass makes us of a wide shape charge to turn the starry constellation former instead of an animal. Oh, okay. Wait, so you don't turn into an animal, you turn into a starry constellation. Yeah, I have like no data points for this to like understand what any of that means. You know, like I get druid makes sense and then animal makes sense, but the wild shape charges to turn into a starry constellation form. So like a ghost, black sludge with star glitter in it. Is that? Ha. The artificer is an alternative to wizard. And only base class is use intelligence as caster stat, with my brother opting to go for the alchemist subclass, prioritizing support brew. Starry. Oh, I see. Like cluster of. Yeah. Sorry. I didn't put that bit together. So it is using a celestial power instead of as a focus. Okay. So it's a druid.
Balti-1337 said it is cuz it's clearly degenerate full display big titty action.
What was that? Why did what? We gotta fix that. What? I know we added one of them last time. I can't. That was full send German. All right, let me. You guys can see into the void. It's fine. All right, what was that? We gotta take that out of the chat. Because Jesus. Where is the voice chat? There it is. Channel things, settings, voices, this. Which one was that?
This is a test message.
That was fine. Female one is also fine.
This is a test message.
Fine.
This is a test message.
Was it GB?
This is a test message.
No, that was fine. AU?
This is a test message.
This one.
This is a test message. This is a test message.
What was that? What was that? Would it be the other GB?
This is a test message. This is a test message.
END? This one maybe?
This is a test message.
This is a test message.
Is it that one? I keep telling Grant, what is it? D is for Dutch. So you guys can... Is that what happened? So it can go both ways?
McFlufferkin said it's the voice. D for Deutschland, German.
DE is for German. Okay, so I have... But it can also speak normally.
This is a test message.
Got it. Okay, so you done fucked it up a little bit and made some shit where it how did it have? Why did it happen? Is clearly degenerate full. Yeah, why? Because sometimes the Dutch one, the DE one, is speaks clear English. Why did it go crazy there? Why did it pop off there? So if I I can't copy that message, but I was gonna say why. So it's like, should I just remove that so that like it doesn't. You know, it doesn't screw over everything and make it so it's hard as hell to hear. And maybe because Bulty is in Germany? Does Bulty have like an English translation to like, yeah? DE is German. It might be because Bulty's that, so I opted for his default. Yeah, it's like the DE one is, I can show you guys. The DE ones are these ones, which I guess are the, what do you call it, Germany sounding ones or whatever it is. But it's weird that like this is the test message and it sounds fine.
This is a test message.
In fact, it sounds great, clear as hell. But then I guess if you write in like German text, but alone, what do you call it? Bulty didn't do that. Bulty wrote, it is cause it's clearly degenerate full display big Harada action. Yeah. So yeah, I don't know how it went German for that. Like those were normal words, you know? It started with Bolty says, but in German. Oh, okay. Maybe Bolty's name is... I don't know. Let's not fix it and just leave it and see if it happens again. That was odd. Bolty, use it again. There is like an individual timer, so you'll have to give it a minute, but use the text-to-speech again. Because I did make it so that it says your name first and then everything else. I did make that happen, so maybe that's causing it to be like speak your Bolty in German for whatever reason. Again, it is likely default in his system's language. I know, but it doesn't make any sense why, because it just reads the chat. Like it just reads the chat. It shouldn't. Yeah, it shouldn't be able to do that. It's like it's not running on his software. It's running on my software. So yeah, it's strange. We go back. We'll have to see what comes of it. Also,
Bolty_1337 said, "Hello, it's me, the German TTS voice."
That was not the German TTS voice. So I think that's what it is.
You're back again. No luck finding Xiaoshang?
You need to luck out twice. Bolty needed to get the RNG win. That is because it randomly picks a name. I don't know if I can actually. I think there's a feature in it that lets me like reinforce a voice like the minute that it claims you claim it essentially. So everyone will have like their own individual voice. I don't know if it can work through YouTube though. Twitch it can easily work through. YouTube it's a lot harder because YouTube just doesn't give metadata to the software that I get like YouTube, like Twitch does. You're the bastard.
What do you mean?
You're him.
This is echo testing data. What are you planning on doing with... Wait, where did you get this data?
I have my ways.
Shang Li and the rover are researching echoes but have hit a dead end. They heard that Mr. Shifan is an expert in this particular field and are seeking his help.
Pretty spot on with the voice.
That was a long time ago. Oh, very well. What do you want to know?
You lied to me! Kill him! Immediately.
The data you gave me is packed with motion values. I would start by understanding how the echo adapts to different geographies.
I have literally 3 in there, okay? It's not that many. Just like 6 or 8 of the other ones.
And these numbers...
3 is too much.
If we cross-reference them with standard values, the fitting coefficient nearly hits 1. It looks like your model's direction might be on track. Oh, the more I look at this data, the more I think, had it reached me earlier, things might have been different. This data, how much do you want for it? I'll pay anything.
What?
No, even with this, I can't do it on my own.
Is that true, my guy?
What do you mean?
You have always had regrets, both for your friend and for your echo research.
I don't get your meaning. There was a serious accident during the experiment, and I was the one who shut it down. How could I...
We had a split personality? You don't deny you or today?
We saw the wish you made at the Moontree Lodge, but it seems that may not be what you truly wish for. Your true wish is to continue your research of echoes with the one and only friend who understands your passion. Is this correct?
I never thought my wish would actually be heard. You're right. I am Xiaosheng. The loser who spends his nights complaining in bed. A washed-up expert. I worked hard to get myself into the academy. My best friend was a real genius, and I was just an ordinary person who had to work my ass off in order to catch up with him. We promised to push the boundaries in echo research. I always believed we could produce groundbreaking results, maybe even touch the essence of the lament through our research. But due to my carelessness, he lost his chance to walk through that door completely. Yet, my stubbornness in continuing the experiment without adequate samples led to irreversible harm to my friend.
I'm overheating like you would not believe. Holy shit.
I chose to continue the testing.
I gotta take out my socks.
That's why he missed the window for treatment.
I might even go pantsless. I'm like overheating like crazy.
Not once did I visit him during the final test periods. And I was the only one left on the project. It wasn't a surprise the experiment failed in the end.
Bolty_1337 said dun dun duun.
It wasn't until I sat alone in the empty lab that I realized. Maybe everything I sacrificed, even my friend's future, was all for nothing.
Just hear guys who have like fucking bunch of numbers. It makes it awful. Makes it like one of the worst things ever. It's been such a long time going 1, 2, 5, 8 or something.
I had hurt my friend, given up on a career, and worked on something I wasn't actually interested
I'm sorry,
in.
I'm ruining the touch moment also. I'm gonna fucking pass out. I feel dizzy.
But when I lie in bed awake at night, I feel regret all over again. I know I can't give up echo research. My obsession torments me, but I don't deserve to pursue it anymore.
In comes his friend, literally.
Obsession. I've heard enough!
Boom! So anime.
Pull yourself together already!
Jolie, where did you...
I was hiding in the bushes like a creep.
I'll tell you right now, I never blamed you for what happened. I felt the same as you right from the start.
Bolty_1337 said Co.
What? KO? It doesn't, it's just not hitting the same. Also, yeah, things are happening.
On our path of pursuing new discoveries, I was willing to pay any price. What I don't accept is you calling
McFluffican
quits
said I've got a
halfway,
lovely bunch of coconuts. There they are, all standing in a row. Big ones, small ones, some as big as your head. Give him a twist, a flick of the wrist. That's what the showman said.
Damn, that was much clean. That was hella clean. Yeah. Also, yeah.
I'm not done yet.
Kiss,
Okay.
kiss.
It blows my mind that this is why you stopped talking to me. While I'm at it, you haven't changed a bit since we were kids. You get in the habit of running away from any problems you face that are non-research related.
I'm sorry.
You got the romantic lighting.
It is wonderful to have someone to support you on the journey to achieve greatness in research.
Yeah.
It seems even without our help, this wish has been fulfilled.
Cool. Yes. I agree with you.
This in turn indicates that Xiaosheng's wish is not the source of the abnormal codes.
3 more wishes to go.
Yes, there are more wishes to decipher. Now, we should make our way back to the Moon
I'm
Tree
so happy
Lodge.
I'm playing this and not Genshin. I think the story's actually really good.
I hope you've been well.
Bit
Remember how
wordy,
I mentioned
but-
that the stall vendors at the Moonlit Fair will adjust their offerings based on everyone's wishes? Based on the wishes we've received so far, I've thought of a few excellent themes. Maybe we can start preparing for them.
I don't know why that one I felt like, again, we talk about it a lot, but like things feeling forced and people don't like being talked down to a lot. And that never felt that way. That felt very much like it was a person who went through a bit like a really shitty thing. They both kind of had like human reactions. Like they both kind of were envious of each other in a weird way. One that said, the first guy said that like he had a friend that was super like melted into any social circumstance he ever had, like he was just super popular in that sense. And then he said how brilliant of a researcher he was. So they both had like this clear, like defined why they were so great.
Make it
thing.
fast.
I don't know, it didn't feel forced at all. It felt like kind of nice actually, like wholesome almost. Like, oh, these people really care for one another. It doesn't have to be romantic. I was kind of making jokes when I was saying kids, but it's just one of those moments where like, again, it's annoying that like the thing that earns the moment, the understanding of like, yeah, these people seem to really care for one another. It's
McFluffican
nice.
said, and then one of them says to the other, I see you don't have a lifeguard at your beach. The other responds, this isn't a beach. This is a bathtub.
What? And then one of them said to the other, I see you don't have a Is that like a sexy thing? Is that like a weird like ooh, or is that a joke I don't get? Also, I think we can just teleport here. Yes. Glad it handled the lack of space after the period. Yeah, sometimes it goes, and then other times not so much. It was a comedy. How did it? Yeah, okay, I wasn't sure about that. I thought I wasn't sure. I just didn't want to make. I don't want to be like pervert, pervert statement. Huh? Do we have finally the event unlocked? We do. I'm gonna fucking throw up in my mouth. Sorry. Oh my god. Lodge currently people's wishes guide preparations to the got it. This is basically like the Moonrite, or not Moonrite, whatever it's called, the Festival of the Right or Festival of the Dawning or whatever it's called. As preparation progress, popular will continue to grow. Got it. To gain popularity, you'll need to build attractive sites. What? Let's use the initial funds to build...
Lone syndicates say drink from the Sea of Madness, brothers.
Why? I don't know why Lone always gets pegged with the fucking Indian man. It's like the most consistent one possible. I probably should take it out of the one, because it's by far the one that's the hardest to also deter what it's saying. It's also just with how chaotic Lone speaks a lot of ways. It's by far the one that's the least helpful for what his language. Let's use the initial funds to build one. Done. Let's start building it. Hold down to build. It's that fast. Hot damn. Care for a taste of the moon chasing festival? Taste of the something something? Yes. Cool. Very, very cool. Well, I actually build shit. That's incredible. Okay. Is there a cap on how much I can build? I don't think so. Well, now I do actually believe we have access to the thing. Where are you? Fuck. Events, where are you there? We have that, yes, and we also have... Yes, we have access to this, which we need to do... man, that's tough, actually. I want to go play some ZZZ, but at the same time, this is 6 days, and it's not like we're... Well... Yeah, we'll also probably play on Wednesday, I think is when what's her name is out? John Doe. So... Yeah. I think that makes sense for us to maybe go a little bit more into ZZZ. What do you guys... Or Withering Wave, sorry. And because we're going to make up for it with ZZZ next time. Does that make sense? Also, I really did enjoy us meeting this cute girl with glasses with mad social anxiety and shit. It was a very fun quest. We had a character that I was not really on the radar. Really seemed like a character that, like, if I got her, I'd be like, fucking awesome. Charmed me up. It's also in German. Is that, again, I keep thinking it sounds Indian. It doesn't, it's German? Man, I swear it sounds Indian to me. Which one is it? You know, fuck this. Fuck, you know what? Fuck these people. Let's delete all these. Well, we'll keep one.
This is a test message.
That one sounds nice.
This is a test message.
It doesn't sound like it's the German one.
This is a test message.
No, that one sounds English as hell.
This is a test message.
Let's get rid of that one. The female one, maybe?
This is a test message.
This is a test message.
You know what? Shoo. We'll keep the female one. Considering it's male, 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 male. I thought we got a female one in here last time. We need at least one female one in here outside of that one. Ian. What's AU mean?
This is a test message.
Same shit. Same shit. GB. What's in? English in.
This is a test message.
That sounded a little bit Indian.
This is a test message.
Okay, I see. IN. Okay. US. We're looking for a female. Female. Go. Okay, that one doesn't exist. Why doesn't that work? Damn you.
This is a test message.
This is a test message.
I like that one. That one sounds clean. One more of these.
This is a test message.
No, too robotic. Too robotic.
This is a test message.
Sure, that one actually sounded pretty sad. I like that one. All right, we have some female in here. It's not just a fucking sausage party. Okay. We need a temperature and variable for TTS. So we'll get our own Professor Oak fall down the stairs. Still moment. I don't know if we can ever level up to Professor Oak. It would be great. There is something in the thing where if you put a pound symbol, it will slow down the speech, if I'm not mistaken. So if I went back to that, I think if you guys in here put basically a pound sign. Is it this? Where's the pound sign? It's this. And then we do message. I think this should work. Before every word, it will slow down the message.
This is a test message.
Yeah, I think, yeah. So it slows down as it gets to each one of these little pound symbols. So that is a way for you to slow down your message if you wanted to do that. And yeah. Oh.
The moment at hand.
Lone says, not sure what voice it would pick to represent me, but I never would have guessed an Indian man. Well, apparently it's German, so we're both wrong, but hey. Yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think we should do? Do you think we should switch over to ZZZ, or do you think we should grind through that girl with the cute glasses quest chain? We may not be able to complete it, but we should be able to like see enough of it to where we can kind of be like, this is good or not. If you don't catch it on stream, at least record it for the next set. Yeah, it's true. I could do that. One Chinese character, please. Fucking price bullshit. What would it be? UN, ES, US. I only see like Philippine, but no, we've seen Japan at the end of it. J, there, Jap, there. That sounds racist.
This is a test message.
Yeah. Say less. Say less.
The moment at hand. This very moment.
I don't know why.
Is the best
what about male?
of our lives.
This is a test message.
It feels racist when it's a man. When it's a woman, it doesn't. I don't know why.
This is a test message.
Too much Android.
Bolty_1337 said, "Fat's perfect."
Well,
This is a test message.
This is a test message.
too much. We want more. Oh, that's Korean. I see. What's the difference with this?
This is a test message.
It's just great. It's so. Oh man.
Of our lives.
There's also not very many options here besides this one. I think it still counts.
This is a test message.
I mean, not too much. I won't be able to discern what it is. Let's save. All right. Let's hope one of y'all luck out on one of them. I could lower the pool a little bit, but I don't know. Again, there's a way. There's a way where like I can basically make it so where like certain people basically get privileged of like they always have that voice essentially. But I haven't looked into it enough to do that. So yeah. That one is perfect. The last event for ZZZ isn't super exciting. It's a Papers, Please style thing, but they'll make it pretty easy. Okay. I wouldn't mind streaming for a little bit longer. The reason
Lone Syndicate said, "Grin, before we swap to Z's, can we watch the Jane teaser trailer?"
Fuck yeah. What is it? The Jane Doe teaser trailer? Hell yeah. Yeah, fuck it. Yeah, yeah, I'll just maybe film I don't know, because half of the reason why, like, to me, the reason why I film stuff usually is because I enjoy reacting to like the cute moments, like the girl with the glasses. Like there was a couple moments there where I thought that was genuinely funny and like cool to react to. And then sometimes like the gameplay that we have in the background, it's just nothing. It's static almost, you know. So, but yeah, we'll play it by ear. But let's check that out. What is it? Just I type in Jane Doe trailer. Oh no! I let it go to the fucking splash screen. This is Zenless Zone 0, Jane Doe tease trailer. We'll release 1 day ago. 40 minutes. Let's rock. I might get copyright claim, but fuck it.
In you go. Sit tight and no funny business.
Good work, you two.
Ew. Sorry, ew. Why does she look like that? I don't like the red.
I'll take you from here.
But she's a core member of the gang.
That's
kind
of criminal.
Can you escort her on your own?
Little tail.
Are you questioning the ability of the Janus Quarters criminal investigation team?
Not at all. This is the weapon and purse we found on her.
That feels unhygienic. Guys, here's a hot take. Do you think picking something up with your tail, your rat tail specifically, I feel like that's like more close to picking up something with your foot and then put it in your mouth. You know, I feel like it's not quite the same thing as your hands. Actually, it's worse because it's right by your asshole. It's actually much worse.
Tail. She's a shifty one.
Picking the lock.
All right, leave it to me. I'll also take the paperwork on her. You two are
Understood.
You're quite the little officer. I've never seen you before.
My name's Tomiya.
Look at the little tail. Is she like a shrew?
I'm a new member of the Force. Captain Ju Yuen assigned me to pick you up. Thank you for providing crucial intel to us during this operation.
Did you bring all my things?
Yes. Makeup remover, casual clothes, a new phone card, and fresh IDs are all here. Allow me to uncuff your hands. Damn! Oh, why'd you take them off already?
Keep it down.
It's cute when it's a tail, but the part of me also feels like, by my previous comments, I've made it filthy in my head.
There could still be people around. Just get in.
Ew! I know it's chocolate, but there's like a little bit.
There could still be people around. Just
Why
get in.
is it red? Thank you, Jane Doe. Thanks so much. It's still loud.
Dear Red said it's working for me.
It's working for me.
Volty_1337 Seido AAA.
Maybe we can't have nice things, guys. Why? Why does sometimes it fucking go like old English on us? GRINN before we swapped that. Well, yeah. Triple, yeah. Is it, yeah.
You got my hand spinning. You were my falcon.
Has the raid already been completed?
Oh, it's in progress as we speak. Thanks to your brave determination, we were able to... Miss Jane?
I'm just changing.
Put it in the car?
I don't want to step out in disguise, right?
See what you guys were. Why just watch this?
Besides, an honest, brave, cute little public security officer like you wouldn't dare peek, would you?
No, absolutely not. As they mentioned, they infiltrated a smuggling gang on your own and skillfully disbanded them from the inside.
Better keep your eyes on the road.
What are you doing?
I'm turning off all the
Volty _1337 said GODDAAMN.
God damn.
In the car, just to be safe. After all, only a select few in public security know my true identity.
Oh gosh, your tail touched me.
Oh, did it? I'm just turning off your body cam.
I don't know if that's really femme fatale so much as it's
McFlufferkin
sexual
said
harassment.
R34 artists are writing this down with malicious intent.
That's, Jane Doe is dodging fucking Me Too. It's like, you would not believe. Okay.
Oh, that was close.
So, what were you saying about the operation? You didn't finish.
I was just going to say that I really admire your work.
Huh?
That's wild on the nose, man. That's like crazy on the nose. It's like, what happened? Why is she gasping? What happened?
Lone Syndicate said Ima needs some animators to redo this scene and make it cultured.
Yeah, I'm about to say that's definitely gonna happen, but there's nothing. What else? What happened? Like, it wasn't like she. Why? Why is she covered in sweat? Like, there's no in between where that makes any lick of sense. That wasn't foul. I mean,
McFlufferkin said Little Mouse Cops sounds experienced in some other words.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Cultured individual.
Bolty_1337 said the culture is already present, my dude.
I mean, that's like abnormal though. This is like so close to like they like it's like they're fully implying that some tomfoolery was afoot.
I was just going to say.
You don't look that way from driving. I mean, she's stressing me out because I'm driving. You don't fucking, your eye not twitching and shit, covered in sweat. You're fucking inside the goddamn car. What are you talking about?
That I really admire your work.
The new Eridu Evening News. An illegal ether trading case was uncovered in the city this afternoon. 8 gang members and their female
Lone
leader
Syndicate
have been...
said this would be so much better if it was Zhu Yuan or Seth at the wheel lol.
Yeah, I think this is nice. This is kind of cute. It makes it so it's not outwardly like foul. It kind of feels still like neutral, I guess.
Arrested. The key to cracking the case was Public Security's Evidence Department discovering a crucial...
Because I can't reveal your identity...
8 people.
Hi, what?
Including me, there should be 9. Huh?
Oh, she got that old ass Nokia kind of keyboard and shit. Flip phone.
What do you know? Stop the car.
Who the fuck bites the curb like that? What the fuck is wrong with you?
Huh? Wait! You're not going alone, are you?
One got away. I'll help clean things up.
I can go with you. Huh?
You've got something to clean up too, don't you?
Dude, that's not even, what the fuck? It's like the most on the nose. Like, I thought, maybe just kind of we're used to the world of like Genshin or Wuthering Waves where it's like, it's alluding to stuff. This is like pretty fucking on the most.
Bolty_1337 said him.
Yeah. What the absolute fuck? Also, I would to say what Lone said about like it might be better if it was like a dude equivalent to there or Zhang, the other girl. Also, yeah. To me, I think it's playing off of the cat and like the rat versus the mouse or the shrew in this case.
You've got something to clean up too, don't you?
Again, it is.
McFlufferkin said insert prosts. Oh, they fucking.
Yeah. Well, again, it's like beforehand it was like, and now it's like, what else should she be cleaning up? You know what I mean? Hot damn. Well, Lone, you.
Wait! Give me back the key!
Lone, foul bastard. Foul bastard. Yeah, what do you call it? That was, I mean, I think that is as close, that is not even close to the wire. That is past the wire. This wire is snapped. Wire is snapped. They'd be fucking in this world. In Genshin, there's not a single
G-Red
hint.
said, I don't like that game, but damn, these animations are fucking
They're pretty
great.
good. They're solid. Again, once again, we just want these people to make animes, or maybe something else. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, let us open up the other game. But hot damn, that was... I was not expecting it to be that on the nose. That,
Hello.
Hitting the mark, sorry. I thought it would be a little subtle. A little like, maybe a little bit of this, maybe a little bit of that. Not like... I don't know how that could be perceived in any way that is not they're getting busy. You know what I mean?
McFlufferkin said the fan base will cover the other game in due time.
Also, it's a very sharp rat tail. It's steel, so like that is, my God, your insides. Heaven forbid she made one mistake, you would be severed essentially. But anyways, boom. That's wild. That was a wild thing to have witnessed.
Lone Syndicate said so harsh words. Grin, I moch prefer the term cultured individual.
Okay. Why was that one sounded German too? Why is it? Yeah, they're a little off. I don't know. But yeah, that was a lot. I would watch an anime with her in a heartbeat. Of course you would. Oh, my last day for that one too. Well, I'm out of both of the currencies. Oh, I should probably jump. But we might honestly jump back to ZZZ eventually. Within Wave, sorry. Because yeah, I feel like I don't know. I don't think there's much to do after I grind my stuff. You know. Maybe there's that event, but the event doesn't sound very. I'd probably watch the story, but I do want to wrap up my goddamn things. I still have not reached Reputation 60 yet, which is sad, but you know, we're out here, depressed, all that. This, oh, I should probably wrap up that. Well, what's today? Today's Saturday, right? Saturday? Yes, just long weekend today as well. Or long weekend this weekend. Training, that's what before this. We'll just dump all resin into that. Good. Oh, no, we do have the story quest. No, sorry. We'll probably do the Jane Doe story quest. Yeah, especially after seeing that. We'll do Jane Doe's story quest. Maybe we'll
McFlufferkin said, I'm upset with myself. I lost track of time and missed one daily login for ZZZ.
What the fuck?
Not the end of the world, but it still hurts to lose out on 90 polychromes.
What do you mean 90, like as in your login, or as in your like your daily quests and such? Nong says that would be a French grin, I think. Yeah, well, what do you call it? I don't know why that one's. I don't think I have a French one.
With pleasure.
Also, playing all of these games at once is a very weird thing. So that perfect guard is what Caesar requires. So that's why we're forced to ourselves.
Stay vigilant.
Stop! Focus on not that person. Why the fuck are we focusing on? I hate you so much. This can suck.
Okay.
Okay. It's just annoying. I'm not focusing on that person and it's locked onto that enemy.
Get lost.
Gonna do this.
I see.
Not the fastest run I've ever had.
Get back.
Oh, the membership login, Paul. Yeah, but don't you never lose it. You just basically, it gets pushed off to like one more tick, right? Unless you have like 30 of them at once, like you bought like 5 season pass things. ZZ are not pulling any punches, says Flo. Yeah, I did not expect that. I thought for sure they would do like the classic blue ball ya anime thing where it was just like always referred to but never really done. It's just kind of like, yeah, this happens in this world. Like, this is the son of this person. So like, yeah, but you guys haven't made it explicit. Stop hitting me. God, fuck down.
McFlufferkin said, since I was focused on getting the BD3 mod list set up, time got away from me and it was 2 a.m. Daily reset already.
I see.
You must log in for 30 to 31 days in a row, usually.
Get back. Understood.
Gotcha. Everybody you got to get caught up with modding. Modding will do that to you.
Lone Syndicate said, I know I am about 3 weeks late to make this joke, but with Chinny Robocop, you're looking a lot different than I remember.
I know I'm quite 3 weeks late. I make this joke, but Quincy Robocop be looking a lot different than I remember. Oh, really? The one, what do you call it? The one lady? In a good way or a bad way? It's also kind of loud. I just sneeze. Ha! Damn it! No! Why? Perhaps it has some grace period because, from my experience, it does carry over from missing a days. Huh. Okay. Yeah, I definitely think it does. Usually, I think it always has all those daily login rewards. You don't have to actually log in. I think it's just a hall pass or like a milk card. We used to have. Do you guys ever have milk cards back in the day? We did. Or like you get like a jug of milk, and you like hole punch the card essentially. If you were sly, you would like fuck up. You switch your hand at the last minute so that it didn't count. Meanwhile, the carton of that was probably like 3 cents. We were probably overpaying for it still. Damn it! I hate that you have to fucking smash. You have to button smash the fuck out of this stupid button in order for it to get to work.
Get back.
There. You know what's crazy? It's so hot in here that even my liquid in a bottle, which is like sealed even more than normal, is getting warm, which is messed up. I know about the 3 weeks late, but the cop lady, Quincy, robot cop lady, is looking a lot different than I remember. Perhaps it has some grace period with that. Yeah. Let's go get our coffee, and then we will jump into the story with the lovely lady of the mouse variety, and we'll see if she we'll see what happens. Man, I still stand by the fact that ZZZ is the most, like, I've gotten like fucking nothing as far as Primo Gems work, and I've actually done like a decent amount. After we're done grabbing this, I'll show you guys.
Have a cup of coffee to jumpstart your day.
Perhaps I should say a decent amount. It took a long time, but yeah, I didn't get a lot out of it. But if we go back to this, over here, I should claim all this. No, not this. Sorry, challenges. This. I did pretty good. I made some headway in this, and this is not that difficult. But it's difficult enough, you know. Or going through all this shit, like I was able to make it all the way to what is it? Disaster. I don't even know if that's that high. I think you guys said that, like, sometimes my weeklies are different. They require me to go to, what is it? An interior or higher level difficulty. That may not be it. So there's one usually after this that, like, requires you to do a high level difficulty one. And apparently I've done it. I just don't know which one it is. I don't know. Anyway, but this shit takes a long time, man. A long time. Oh, I need to do this quest in order to... Oh. Oh, fuck, what? Are you kidding me? I didn't know that. I thought, yeah, well, shit. Shit. Okay, maybe it's... This just unlocks them all.
McFlufferkin said, personally, I haven't had that much issue with progression and getting polychromes throughout the month. Granted, I've also completed all story through 1.1 and only have a handful of new commissions.
Yeah, so I still have some commissions. I have completed the story up to the point of the Butler arc. And yeah, I have not found it so readily available, unfortunately, for me. A new Resonator type energy, this. New Resonator shield unlock. What is all this? What? I don't know what this is. Well, this is a lot. Claim all, I guess. I don't know what this is. That's 80 gems there. 20 gems there. 40 gems there. Oh, that's nice. I don't know what this is, but okay. So now do I have access? I do. What about this? Clear the surrounding area of difficulty. Oh, I see. So that's what it is. You need to play up until a certain point until you get access to, like, core. Anyways, I thought I was making okay progress. Not great, but I still feel like I'm not getting that many Primo Gems things, you know? Let's go do the cat lady things. Quest, whatever. Internet. I think it's this. Gonna just take me to that location. Are you just awkwardly standing here? Go talk to Bella.
McFlufferkin said before Zhu Yuan, I did enough to have 180 plus worth of pulls, proceeded to get enough to spare to get C1 Zhu Yuan, and then had 90 to spare for Qingyi. Got Chingy in 79 pulls and back to 90 pre-Jane.
Yeah, I just don't. So my main thing is, well, one, maybe Fluff is saying that, like, well, no, if you do all of these side quests, you do all the side content and all that stuff, you grind out all that, then you'll have enough gems to get a plenty. But to me, it's just like it's a lot. Like, to me, I find me doing the bare minimum in Withering Waves, like just doing my dailies, and my burning my resin, and like doing the events that are like usually 2 seconds. I find I am like way beyond the amount of Primo Gems I have in any other game I've ever played when it comes to gacha. And then when this game comes out, I find I don't like. I think maybe that's the ticket, is that you need to run around and do all these like side quests and all that stuff. But to me, it's like it's just such a high buy-in to do all of that compared to the other game I'm playing right now, which doesn't seem like it asks that much of you. Is this the right thing? I don't know if it's the right thing. Where's the quest that, like, is this the quest, guys, that where we meet the one lady under R&B? I think so.
McFlufferkin said Wuthering Waves was far more generous post-release. ZZ is far more traditional with gacha cycles by comparison.
Yeah, I'm just saying that to me, again, if the answer is that I just need to like run around and like grind out all of the story quests and stuff like that, then at least I'd have some sort of guiding mantra of like knowing what I need to do in order to get a lot of Primo Gems. But every day I've been just logging in and logging in and getting my burning my resin, doing my dailies, and then doing this, and I have like felt like it's like gotten nothing. Like I haven't even breached 5,000 yet, you know, as far as my gems and stuff like that are concerned. So it feels a little like even in Genshin it felt like I was able to like slowly generate over time like 1,000, 2,000, 3,000. In this game it very much feels like a lot of it's tied to the, and maybe they'll get more generous as time goes on because there is so much in the base game as far as Primo Gems go. But I don't know if this is the right, yeah, it was just suck me back into the main quest, or is this different?
Another letter from public security. The renewal of our business license went well by the looks of things. But why are they making us take a trip over there in person?
Oh no, this is normal. Okay, going shopping at Lumen Square immediately. Go and hand a fare to, yeah.
Fine. Let's have a walk around Lumina Square then.
Alright.
Haha, we're finally on the same page for once. Let's go, let's go. And tonight I don't want to eat noodles.
Yeah, also, I agree with Fluff's statement, by the way, where, like, Fluff said that, like, he didn't like the conversation points where, like, this girl was saying Riz, which I think is cringe a little bit, but I don't like that they changed her personality type completely. Like, on a dime, our sister is now, like, has 7 times more energy, speaks way faster, and it just doesn't seem like, it's like, what happened to you? Did you hit puberty like a brick wall? Like, what happened?
Speaking of which, how's that rat Thiring girl who rented the Port Peak last time? The shop's in your capable hands then, 18. Make sure you keep an eye out for that spunky Thiring girl. If she returns a tape, please remember to get her name. And, of course, try to get her signed up as a member, too.
That's not you. That's not who she is. That's not what happened, you know? Like, she was much more, like, chill and sweet, and, like, a nice sister, like, who's just warm, and now she's, like, super fucking juiced. Adderall ridden.
Somebody must be thinking about me. I wonder who.
Jane, you're finally back. I've missed you, you know.
Oh, it's you. That's rather disappointing. And this is what you missed, right?
Oh, all right. The Port Peak in HD. And it's the special videotape release with 20 seconds of extra footage. I'm gonna put this on right now.
Go right ahead. There's lots of thrilling action scenes, and loads of blood and gore with chopped limbs flying around. I'm sure you'll enjoy it.
Fluff says, Bella was turned into a zoomer. Don't do that to zoomers. I don't think that's I don't feel like it's fair to say that about zoomers. I feel like they turn it into a drastically animated version of what people think a zoomer is. I mean, I know plenty of zoomers who are not like that. You know what I mean?
Why so quiet all of a sudden? You scared?
Yeah, right. It's just, I feel like when we're at work, we should be a little more serious. I'll stand guard a little longer, and then when the others come back, I'll... Hey! Hold on! Why did you bring the hostages out again?
I'm laughing because I know how I took off my socks when we were playing Wuthering Waves. Because it was so fucking hot.
McFlufferkin said, I figure they wanted to make the difference between Belle and Wise to be more pronounced.
I did think
Belle is the energetic younger sister. Wise is the neat and tidy sort that prefers documentaries over drama.
Yeah, I thought they already did that though. I don't think that, like, again, it's one of those things where, like, usually the subtle thing is what makes it, like, believable and human. When something is so different, it makes it like, this is just, like, weird. Like, no one's that like, no one just does this. Usually it's this, like, softer kind of gradient. Anyways, I was laughing because I took off my socks because I'm overheating, but and I was like, I'm gonna have to take off my pants because it's fucking hot in this room. But now that we're playing the game, Janto's on the screen, and I'm like, I'm gonna take off my pants. It's just bad optics, but hey, I'm roasting, and it was a bad idea wearing fucking. These are thin pants. These are not even pants, really. Oh. It's so fucking hot in my room. These are not even like, these are thin pants. Look at that. It's like fucking paper, all right? All right. Continue.
Jane, you're back. You sure have been working hard. I'm going to take the hostages to the restroom.
Pesa says, about 6 months worth of monthly login, Primos. Also, the reason why I feel harsh, it's because pity can be up to 80 flat times I have seen. Oh, I see. You can only get like 40 to 100 with dailies set up, not including login bonuses. I do have the login bonus thing. Event and yeah, that's the thing. I bought in one season pass, and usually like that's the thing with Genshin. With a lot of these gacha games, even traditional gacha games, if you buy the season pass, you log in every day, you do your dailies every day, which I have, and you get the like hall pass, which is like every day you can like redeem your milk token, whatever, your hall pass, and get even more primo gems. I have all three of those, and I've bought two of the hall pass things once already, or twice, sorry, and I haven't felt the like impact of that. Like usually that's enough to get you starting into feeling like 8,000 usually by the next banner, give or take around there. Yeah, it feels really bare bones now. Auto.
Again? How many times have you taken them already?
You can only blame yourselves. What do you expect after giving me so much water?
Can't you just go in your cell?
Go in my cell? Have you no shame? Everybody can see.
Well, I go like that all the time. But if I keep doing that, our jail won't be very habitable anymore.
Did you have to go there?
Fine. Take them out. We can't have our little officer losing his dignity now. Do you need to call a few more guards to go with you? There could be ethereals lurking around this area.
No sweat, Jane. The bathroom isn't far, and besides, I know all the fissures and shortcuts around this part of the hollow. We'll be right back.
McFlufferkin said, I'd say ZZZ just expects more dedicated time investment. It's far more like Honkai Impact 3rd, as many high 3rd players will attest.
But so what are you saying? Like that statement feels weird. I feel like what you're saying, because the only thing I'm not doing is grinding out all of the side quests. But I've been playing every day. I don't know how you become more dedicated than me. I've logged in every single day. I've burned my resin. I've done my dailies. When I have time, I've done the story. I'm caught up on the story up until this point. I think this is the last hurdle, and then we're fully caught up on the story. The only thing I haven't done is grind out all of the collectibles and all of the side quests. But I've gotten probably 30% of the side quests completed, and maybe like 8% of the collectibles. So I feel like saying dedicated is not a fair estimate, because I should say my behavior is pretty dedicated. I think maybe like they expect you to grind the base game on all of its resources fully before maybe tapping into those other things. But I'm also worried because like what happens when like 5 months from now, Fluff, when like you've basically said that you've done most of the stuff in the game as far as like side quests, content, all that stuff, and now you have plenty, but now you also don't have any other, like, you don't have any cash cow to reach into, So, yeah. Jerry jump with very little time to Bella. Faisa says you can get like 40 to 100 with. The other thing I haven't done is the whatever that one thing was. The like getting cards and progressing through that, which does look like a good chunk of Primo Gems there. Before Genshin, since this isn't an open world sandbox sort of gacha game, it requires you to exhaust available content every 1x version. Okay. It'll have a peak and valley as much as gacha games do between title updates. Okay, I guess we haven't seen, like, I know what to expect from Wuthering Waves as far as its big new update.
Lone Syndicate said, look at Jane Man at this point, you might as well be a conductor and board that caboose.
Okay. I was gonna say, I don't know what to expect from ZZZ as far as its new big updates, you know? What we got here was basically some new events, but mainly we just got a chunk of new story. We don't really have new areas. We don't really have any new game mode. You know, maybe we do have a game mode, but I don't know if that's the case. But like at least in Genshin, when there's a big update, you get like a fucking new region. You get a bunch of new chests and quests to do. Even though you've done that to death, but it's still. So yeah, I don't really know about that. I don't know what to expect if like I basically I don't know what kind of valley or ups I should say that this is gonna have as far as like new gameplay with a ton of new Primo Gems to attain from it. Maybe again, I hope you think MiHoYo has an idea of what's the amount that they need to kind of give back in order to keep players feel like they have a chance at wishing at something. What are you doing here? Where's the supplies? Oh. I couldn't take it any longer. He ran off to the restroom. Wait, what? You just let it run away? What did you manage to get? I see. Would get around. Supplies are just outside the transit stand. Solid. Fetch those for me. Would ya? But we need to guard to handle the inventory. Yep. We didn't take a break. Check. Yeah, we'll check for Seth. Hopefully we get a player again.
For a trip to the bathroom, they sure are taking their time. Hey, what have you been feeding the hostages?
Well, same as us. Some hardtack and some water. Oh, right. According to your instructions, we were sure to pump that one from PubSec full of water. And he ate the gross, salty, fish-flavored hardtack, too.
And the medication.
You're a cat, though.
You
like
the
that.
muscle relaxants? We have lowered the dosage before stopping it completely, just like you ordered.
Really? Then they shouldn't be so slow.
Maybe they ran out of paper.
Not good. We have a problem. Gone. All gone.
I knew it. Here you go. Take this. My mom always taught me to keep a spare roll on me.
Huh? What's this? Toilet paper?
Yeah, the bathroom's out of toilet paper. Right?
What are you talking about? No! The hostages! The hostages all gone! The hostages! The guard! That officer!
Guy's a real bro, though. He had you like taken care of.
The guard in the bathroom got knocked out, and that rookie escorting them betrayed us. He escaped with the hostages!
What?
She's like, you're ruining my plan.
The patrol has gone to update the boss. There's nothing he hates more than traitors. You can bet he's gonna come over here personally. We have got to go catch them, otherwise we're all in for it.
That kid, he really convinced someone to betray us. Listen up. Leave the chase to me. You'll only slow things down. Everybody just wait for the boss at the transfer station.
Enough says, seems like they are doing similar to HSR and at least providing 10 limited pulls at a 7-day login event with every X update. That's nice at least. Yeah. Once you get 2 characters you want back to back that you will feel more easy together gathering because we can skip the and gather then roll. Yeah. Again, having like 2 teams kind of up and at 'em and built, I think would be good. Oh no, don't skip. Auto, there we go.
Okay.
Didn't see this coming.
Oh, I will say, if not for the generous Wuwo had the first month or two, it would be a lot more worry. I mean, first month or two, they gave us a free 5-star this month.
Up ahead. They sure are fast.
Wait, this is our opportunity to play finally. Yay! Ah, she's so fast. I hate this game. Yeah, it sucks because, again, her C1 is so nice. Yeah, her C1 is so nice that, to me, again, if you were to go for, I think, getting her first C constellation would be just such a big difference. Why does she feel like this? I will say, she's not a fast runner, though. As much as she's, like, literally fast as shit in every other capacity.
That idiot is triggering
not
all the
a fast
traps.
runner.
What the? Cluster bombs? And a laser net. This smell. Watch out. Ethereal. Gotta focus on dodging. Good thing they didn't get attacked.
What happened? Doesn't she have a hold charge? Yeah, she has a spinning move. Oh, the spinning move feels so good.
They managed to make it deeper into the building. Not bad. Seems I got my exercise for the day.
Oh, I love the iframe dodge. It is the best. Ah, it's hitting me. I'm trying to do the charge hit. It's not happening. It's just so fast.
Idiot.
And it feels so good to do.
An attacking laser net. Better not hurt my tail.
Now
They should
in
be just up
fetus
ahead.
fade,
Gotta
spin
hurry.
to win green. Spin to win.
Spin to win, Grin. Spin to win. Spin to win. Jane and Caesar, that's why you feel pressure. Oh, yeah. I see. You're saying if there's like a gap in between. Yeah. I mean, maybe. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, maybe. Oh. My eyes are dried out because of the goddamn fan that's just blowing in my eyes. Don't take that out of context, please. With us only having phase 2 and 1.1 around the corner, I feel like this shit's still early to know what that process might be. Yeah, for sure. Design plays to our peak for me. I do like overworld gacha, but I feel like they borrow so much from Genshin for my liking. ZZZ is refreshing. So, yeah, I find this is something we're always kind of going to be at odds a little bit, because I fully agree that ZZZ does a lot of cool things, but to me, I really enjoy what's like. To me, I think Wuthering Waves is the best version of what all of the mechanics were in Genshin to me. So yeah, it's like some people could like, I want something new and refreshing, but to me, I'm like, I'd rather just have it better optimized for what feels like it could work better, you know? Yeah. I never played HL3RD or PGR, but be worn out by its gameplay loop. I see. Nong says, "Wow, I'm originally what? I'm no, it's not. It's yeah. It just picks from a random slew of funny voices and good voices. Perhaps we should just have the good voices, but yeah."
Seth, did they really give you muscle relaxants?
McFlufferkin said that is where we'll always agree to disagree. I'm personally exhausted by open world games as a whole, and Genshin style burned me out much faster on top of that.
Yeah. This is definitely like, again, to me, what I was really looking for is a game that was like Genshin, but did everything better. Because I really like Genshin. I liked Genshin as my filler game. Like, it's the thing that I played. Some people play Diablo, some people play Minecraft constantly, some people play Overwatch. It doesn't matter. But people Fortnite. People have these games that they play as like their filler games, and I liked Genshin being that game for me. But I disliked all of the choices that were made at the expense of basically progression and like growth, essentially, just because of seemingly money. Like they didn't want to. FOMO was always something so vivid in the game. And to me, Wuthering Waves is like the exact dialed for my exact liking. So that's why it's not only like is it saying that like it's a good game or a bad game, it's a game that I really wanted in the exact way that I wanted. But granted, I still enjoy ZZZ quite a lot too. yeah, I'd say ZZZ is in this weird place for me right now where I'm both like I'm simultaneously like I'm excited for Jane Doe. I'm much more excited now that I actually got to play her. But I was in a place where for a while there I was assuming Caesar was like way far away because she was like part of the third faction that we seen, or fourth faction, and she was the last character. But now she's out like now, which is shocking. But yeah.
The thing with muscles is, as long as you're reasonable with them and motivate them, they'll always be able to move.
In what universe does that make any sense? Oh god. That's it. I can't keep running it.
No, just keep up. Didn't you just say we're almost at the exit?
No. We're already here. This is the exit.
Ah, I see. Let's go, people. You two head out first.
Are you sure? But you're weak, officer. Wouldn't it be better if you got out first?
Don't worry about me. Time is of the essence, and you all need to get out of here. Quick!
Thank you, Officer Seth. If it weren't for you, we definitely would have been...
All in a day's work for a public security officer.
Get the fuck moving. Don't thank me.
Okay, you're next. What's wrong?
Seth, can I really cross over to the other side? Can I really start all over again? Could someone like me really get another chance?
That's not for me to decide.
No.
But if you stay here, you'll never find out.
Thank you, Seth.
Wait.
Damn, they caught up.
You stay away from me! I'm turning my back on this life of crime, Jane. You should do the same.
Shut up and listen. There are other paths you can take.
Oh, what other paths?
That voice, it's Razor the Mountain Lion.
Yikes.
We're surrounded. Just stay behind me.
The rules of the streets, the rules of the gang, my rules. None tolerate a traitor. So, Jane, what other paths do they have?
Only surrender, of course. Surrender and submission.
According to the rules, traitors should suffer a fate worse than death. But seeing as Jane says so, I'm willing to give a second chance. You! Kill the PubSec scum and I'll let you off lightly. I'll give you 3 seconds to think it over. 3,
2, 1. I refuse.
Hey, good shit. Good shit.
Behave yourself, you rotten traitor! Oh, you refused your proposal, Jane. You know what to do next.
Let me go! Don't you dare harm him!
Give me another chance.
Stop it! Jane! Don't do it! You can still turn this around!
That's really not good.
Anything else to say?
I want to start over.
I know. You will.
That's a great freeze frame. That'd be a great freeze frame, Catboy.
Don't worry. You're up next. Jane, what are you doing? You breaking the rules now, too?
No way, boss. Just, didn't you say, when the time's right, I can become a bodyguard?
Yeah, so what?
We mountain lions are fierce and unbeatable. Not even those PubSec idiots can stop us. It'd be a waste to get rid of him like this, don't you think?
What's your point?
With him here, I think the time has come. Let me fight in front of the gang to prove myself and earn a shot at promotion. I propose a duel in the Lion's Den.
Hold it, Jane. Don't think you're all that. Only the boss calls the shots.
Gentlemen, are you still in the dark about the rumors on the streets? They say that in front of PubSec, mountain lions are just little scaredy cats. Our brothers caught, business stolen, operations ruined, territory shrinking. And what did we do in response? We ran.
She's tall as
we
hell.
hid, scattered like mice, with our heads down. Lions are creatures that hold honor above all, and this PubSec officer is the perfect opportunity to prove ours. Let this duel make it clear to all other gangs. We are real lions. And not some scaredy cats.
Boss, I think Jane actually has a point. Don't worry, boss. How long have we been pushed around?
Boss looks dead inside.
Jane, we support you. Yeah.
It's done for. We're the strongest gang. Lions!
Well, Razor, what do you say?
When the Lion's Den is ready, I'll send someone for you. Until then, keep an eye on the cat. You got it, boss.
Much appreciated, boss.
I don't think the guy died.
I won't let you down.
Yeah, I don't think that guy died who she threw off the ledge. If he did, then that's brutal. But I don't think that's how it worked. Sad that we only got a little bit of gameplay of her, though. That's not good. We like do this. No, I want to get the damn okay shot. It refuses to let me look at her face. Okay. I'm still hoping for we will here and there, but I'm mostly, just doing ZZZ. Nong says, I'm personally tired of everything shoehorned into open world BS. Yeah, see, Nong, this is the thing that I feel like always is frustrating, at least for me, is I feel like it's always shitty that the games that half-ass, the games that do it first, maybe, the games that, like, do everything first but not right, end up being the thing that gets the most wealth possible, and the person that takes its time to actually develop something to me to be really good and good for you and good for so many other people, that's the thing that just because people are so fucking bored or so fucking tired of it, people throw it away, and it drives me nuts because it's like you're just rewarding cocksucker fucking dickheads who basically like rush to copy whatever the newest trend like open world is just at the fever pitch, and instead of actually making something unique and good, instead they just quickly try to get it out the door so that they're able to capitalize on the new hotness, in this case open world, in next case battle royale or whatever, and it ends up being a soulless husk of something that actually doesn't have any uniqueness to it or like differentiating factor or like open world done right, or so to speak, and then but the people that actually take the time to make like a good experience for yourself, a good experience for their players, they're the people that end up failing brutally. So then you just get companies that are like constantly reinforced to like promote shit, and instead of like slowing yourself down and being like, is this game actually worth my time to play it? You let all of these other companies kind of like muddy the well, like spit in the water when it's not fair to the actual thing itself, because we grew up on open world games. Like, open world games are fucking amazing. Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, Ezio, Far Cry 3. Like, we love open world games. The issue is that you're tired of open world games that are hollow and empty. And to me, it's frustrating that when like a game does seem to do like this is a good version of an open world game, people are just so fucking sick of anything that smells like this that they're just like, it's garbage. And it sucks because all it does is condition developers to be like, you're much better off going to whatever the new hotness is, quickly making of it a game for it, cashing in on it, becoming one of the reasons why people get so fucking bored with that genre, and then fucking leaving as fast as humanly possible. And any person who takes their time to actually develop something with character gets shit on, because we're just so sick and tired of the thing when we eventually get to that point. Now, is this the fault of the players always? No. Is this the fault of the developers? No, because some good developers are getting slept on because of XYZ reason. Because people are just so sick of like base builder games or insert thing that we've seen far too much of in the last 3 years. You know. Yeah. So it's tough when I read stuff like that. Of like I'm kind of sick and tired of this open world BS, you know. And I'm like, yeah, but it sucks that you're like this is I just finished talking about Wuthering Waves, which to me I would not put into that category. The Wuthering Waves is filled with like fantastic puzzles, like map design better than a lot of the games I've ever played. And yeah, and like story that's fun, characters and abilities galore, tons of stuff for you to do. Like it's not like Ubisoft's like, here's a bunch of random shit on the map that's collectibles and that's it. Doesn't offer any power gain, any new armor set that unlocks, nothing like that, you know? Oh. Someone who desperately wants a hive.
Gnawing Fetus said exactly. I'll play open world games. Some of my favorite games are. But I swear if I see an open world checkers game, I'm gonna flip a table.
Yeah. No, for sure. Like, a game that is basically boring. Yeah, I think it's just the context in which I read your message was right after I was done talking about Wuthering Waves. So I'm like, I don't think Wuthering Waves fits in that. I think Wuthering Waves is actually one of the few, like, open world games done right, you know? Skyrim's a great example of that, too. Excited for Tanned Grail of Avalon. It's like Skyrim, but darker. Okay. I'm not sure what that is. Tanned Grail of Avalon. I'm going to have to look that up, Faceless. It's unfortunate that pre-rendered cutscenes can't sync to English in the in-game dialogue that much. Yeah, I don't even notice at this point. I don't know why. My brain just kind of... I think it's because the performance is really good. Like, the voice acting talent, especially for Jane Doe, is exceptionally good. To where, like, I'm more listening than I am watching, I guess. Being used to seeing the lip sync off, only scenes thrown out. Yeah, I find, for me, I don't even notice. Maybe because I watch anime for so many years that it's just like...
said, yeah, open world games have been pretty hit or miss for me personally.
Yeah, no, I get it. To me, the open world games that pop up in my head, again, are Brotherhood or Assassin's Creed 2. Skyrim, to me, is pretty big in my brain. Although I do feel like we often get, like, was Skyrim incredible because it was open world or because it was an amazing RPG? Or a good RPG, whichever one. And to me, I'm like, yeah, open world to me is like map design and like level structure. It's not like necessarily like having builds and stuff like that. So like if you were to think about what is the game...
McFlufferkin said Tainted Grail. Fall of Avalon is really great. It's currently in early access, but it's got a lot of potential. I recommend checking it out alongside Avowed for the Skyrim-like fix.
Huh? Avowed does seem like it's gonna scratch the itch for me. My like Skyrim desire. Although I'm sad that it doesn't seem to be an open world game. It's an open level game. So similar to Outer World, sorry. Yeah, but that's hard. That's a hard sell for anybody. What Faceless says, like any woman IRL master manipulator Jane Doe. Oh, I Faceless, don't go too incel on me, man. Don't do that. Like every woman IRL, she's a master manipulator. I don't know about that. Let's not say that. That's a mass generalization. That's the same shit when what do you call it? I know so many women who have that. This is my one issue with women is that they generalize, but apparently men are out here fighting the same fight. But when amount of times my cousin, my female friends, whatever you want to call it, have told, like, looked at me in earnest and be like, men are just this way. And I'm just like, I'm a man. Like, what are you talking about? I also know it's just a mass generalization, and also that's not true. You gravitate to shitty people. you have toxic traits that where you enable and find these people as well. Wu is still is what I consider the best open world gacha game I've ever played so far, but we also only have Genshin, the Tower of Fantasy, to compare it to. Yeah, even if it comes to like comparing it to other like open world games like Skyrim, Maybe it's just because I ran around the map in ZZ in Wuthering Waves this last weekend to collect the little cubes, essentially like the glowing cubes, because it's what you need to unlock Rover's constellations for his 5-star character kit. But anyways, the what do you call it? Me running around the map, and there's like these crazy jagged mountains. There's like these beautiful glowing trees. There's like a spiraling storm in the middle of nowhere. There's like this technological like city in the middle of nowhere too. It's like the whole level is very like vertical, so it's not just like a flat plane. It's like crazy mountains, but the mountains are also like just different in general. Each thing has like a puzzle around it, which is kind of neat, and it fits all in the atmosphere of the game. Yeah, like to me. Even if you were judging on like open world, as far as like we were to take Skyrim's map design, Oblivion's map design, Red Dead Redemption's map design, it's just really cool structural environments, I guess. So even as far as that's concerned, that's really nice to me. Once I did exhaust the main content Wuthering Waves, I didn't feel motivated to keep going, doing the other daily routine. Yeah. Again, it's different for everyone. To me, I kind of enjoy the fact that it's easy. Sometimes other games that you play like this, they require a little bit more, you know. Faces said, I expect to see more Genshin Wua's Tower Fantasy clones in the future that will get stale. I actually don't. Truth to be told, I know people could see that. I don't. I'd be willing to bet that Wuthering Waves is probably one of the last ones that will succeed. I think we're right on the fever pitch of people being really, really, really sick and tired of this. And it's the same thing that, like, if you're going to make a battle royale, it makes sense that other battle royales can exist. So, like, the idea that somebody plays one game of Apex Legends for like an hour, let's say, and then it's like, hey, I'm kind of bored, and then their buddy says, hey, let's go play Fortnite. There's a new update. Then you go play Fortnite. That makes sense. Very few people have the time and bandwidth to grind out like all of the events in one gacha game. Like, the fact that multiple people play like 3 gacha games here is insane. Most people can like manage one, and they only want to manage one. They don't even want to look at the others. Like, that's how bad it is about them like playing Nikita solely or playing Genshin solely, or ZZZ solely. Like, I think it's like it's not a thing that it's like almost like it'd be like you specializing in making gigantic turkey dinners for people. And then you're like again, just by virtue, you make giant full course meals. Are you shocked when like everyone in this block makes giant 4-star meals, or like giant like massive
Lone
amounts
Syndicate
of meals?
said me, who is playing Nikki ZZZ and Wua.
That was the freak who I was talking about. But the premise basically being like, if you're making something that is so much to consume, I don't think there's going to be another Wuthering Waves. Or no, there might be like people who try it, but I think they'll fail, because right now we're already at the max saturation point for like the amount of like gameplay that requires you to play in order to get like any progression. Yeah, I could see like games like ZZZ coming out, because it's a little more contained, it's a little bit smaller, it's not as much of like an investment, whereas like Wuthering Waves is in development for like fucking 7 years or something. So yeah, like that's something. So I don't know if I'd agree that we're going to see a lot more. I would actually think that this is probably one of the last few open world like gacha games we'll see is Wuthering Waves. And maybe there'll be like 1 or 2 more, but I think they'll just fucking flop. Maybe I'm wrong. Extremely nevertheless to Everness gets that look pretty and interesting as an urban open world gacha, but it really doesn't show all that much we haven't seen before. Also, I don't know, is that referring to Wuthering Waves, Fluff? But I really don't. It really doesn't show much we haven't seen before. Yeah, I don't. I mean, maybe I haven't been playing the same game as you have, but I think it definitely doesn't look like anything I've experienced before. I haven't been walking through like the hillside and seeing like these jagged, giant overhung like rock structure essentially, which I can climb up to the top of, and there's usually something there. And yeah, like the structure of Wuthering Waves to me, the map design is something I have never seen before. It's very weird. Again, most maps are like this, and then there's like maybe some mountains here, and then it kind of all goes together. Wuthering Waves goes like this, and then there's like these giant mountains that are like increasing outwards. It's odd. It reminds me of a mod that used to be for Minecraft where it was called
McFlufferkin said that was in regards to NTE, not Wu-Wa.
Oh, okay. NTE, what's that? NT Neverness to Everest? Okay. Oh, I forgot. Yeah, Neverness to Everness is the one that's coming out. That one's tough because It's tough because to me, I would consider Wuthering Waves to be in the same category as Genshin, like a open world gacha game. The Everest and Everest, fuck, I hate that name so much. To me, it's much more like a GTA. Like it feels like it's not quite in the same category. So that one I could actually see succeeding, but it's not in the same category. I'm talking about like open world RPG, which usually requires you to grind a fuck ton of, like to level up your characters, to get these materials, to do all these side quests, to get to level up your home. That's like RPGs in general, or like just a lot of buy-in. GTA, no fucking buy-in. You just jump in, you can play, kill some hookers, you just log off. That's just like GTA. It's like I don't even know what GTA was considered. I mean, like GTA is considered an open world game. It just doesn't feel like it has the same restraints. I guess it's not like an open world RPG, which tends to be what most of these games are. Combat looked like we get TOF, Genshin, and WoW. Yeah. Nog says Skyrim succeeded for being open world, a decent RPG, and good story, but modded for the hell of the high. Yeah. Modded was the thing that saved it for sure. I think again that's one of the things that's kind of sad to see. Like I think Bethesda sometimes gets up their own. I think everyone can get so far up their own ass where they're like, oh, people love Skyrim because it's the story and it's the RPG and the open world. And don't get me wrong, that did good. But is that the reason why like Skyrim continues to sell like hand over fist? Maybe. I think it's a reason for sure. I also think it's because there's no competition for Bethesda. There's no company which is insane, which is willing to make an RPG like Bethesda where you can play multiple different types of races in a massive open world to explore. Like, what is another version of that besides like Dragon's Dogma? And again, I think people are insane by like. As much as I know people like to see the armor of their character, like that's very nice, so I get the third-person angle, but 99% of people who play RPGs are literally trying to play a role-playing game, i.e. first-person does a whole fuck ton of a lot to make you like immersed in this world. Like I think if you were to poll most people who played Skyrim, I think most of them came from playing COD and all these other immersive type of like first-person games. I think it's annoying that we don't see more RPGs that are first-person based with massive open worlds, you know? But again, I think the main reason why Bethesda succeeded wholeheartedly is because of mods. I think even just like the community on YouTube, the fact that they could see like mods of the week every weekend, that kept it alive so hard. And as far as just keeping the like love for Skyrim and its janky gameplay alive. I just don't want to put so much expectations on it by being a lot game for so many scummy tier fans. Yeah. The whole Neverest to Everest, it's that one I think we shall be cautious of, but cautiously optimistic I think is a good way to be. I'm definitely at the point where I probably taper off Wuthering Waves after yeah, fair. Again, last thing I want is for people to just like play the game that, you know, if they're not enjoying it, that makes it just worse, you know? Especially if you're like, if I'm enjoying it and you're like fucking hating everything from it, then it's like, just stop playing it, and then maybe like when there's an update, you'll jump back in and you'll have a good time. So, 1 to active gacha games is the norm for most people in this peculiar space. More than that becomes tough to manage, but in cases of more mobile-centered gacha like Nikita, it's easier. Yeah, I know. Nikita's...
G-Red said I must be one of the weird ones then. I find third person to be more immersive than first person.
No, I think, again, this is the argument for third person of like, well, I want to like see my character and I want to design my character. No, for sure, that's definitely a part of it. I just think like, why did Skyrim succeed so much? There's a lot of variables, but I don't think we've seen another game that has said, let's make a massive RPG. We have actually. We've seen Outer Worlds did fucking surprisingly well for bringing a brand new IP. Having like, honestly, just even having both options of third person and first person is like insanely doable, considering Outer Worlds I think was able to do it. Actually, no, I don't know if Outer Worlds was able to. Actually, never mind. But yeah, to me, I understand why people like third person because it lets them see the cosmetics that are usually rife in these RPG games, which just makes sense. But I think most people, when you it's like a meme within the Skyrim community. What is the one thing that's synonymous with Skyrim and modding, for better or worse? Immersion. My immersive mods, the immersive rain mod, the immersive storm mod, the immersive grass mod, the immersive trees. It's synonymous with the game. The reason why that immersion I think is so important to people is because, what do you call it? You're trying to like put yourself in that world like Master Chief or whatever. Like you're trying to be this character. Whereas other people get a kick out of RPGs because they want to role play a different character, a fantasy orc girl who has a backstory and all this stuff, very similar to people who like D&D. Like again, it's like the same thing. You could give like there's two types of D&D players usually, not usually, but these are ones that come to mind. One is the player that like, oh, I want to be an orc that has like, or a warrior barbarian and this, and they're basically just playing themselves that's like on crack essentially through whatever means they're doing. But then there's other weird D&D players who come up with like a whole ass backstory that is like not them at all. Like they're the kind, quiet guy who says nothing. And then when they're doing D&D, they're like, I'm a mischievous goblin who decides to like nibble on people's toes whenever I see them. And they commit fully to that. And you're like, what the fuck's going on? So there's two types of people, and I think that's like in essence third person versus first person. But I think on average you'd find a lot more people who are surface level enjoyers of D&D who just want to play themselves in this fantasy world than somebody who wants to come up with a whole ass backstory of why, you know. Never have NTE didn't show enough to prove that it would be another open world gacha game driven. It's not like I had the crime system or we don't know enough about it. Yeah. Basis says, for me, Genshin, Wuwa, or Tower Fantasy, it's like the same meal, just small twists. No matter what they add. Damn, man, that's like saying you don't like pizza. And like I understand if you don't like Italian pizza because it's terrible. I went to Italy and tried the pizza, terrible, horrible. But to say that you don't like American Domino's or some shit, like that's wild. Like they're very different things. You know, at least it feels that way.
McFlufferkin said RIP Blue Protocol, it won't be coming out globally and it is shutting down in early 2025.
What? Oh, what? Dude, I hate fucking Amazon so much. What a piece of shit. That's so dumb. That was like one of the most hyped games ever that was... So not only is it not coming out here, but it's also like failed where it was? Oh, man. What a mess. I did not know that. That's ass. I remember we were all excited for playing Blue Protocol. It's like this, we could make your own characters, like anime-ified. Looked like it had pretty good gameplay. Like it looked like it was in your face. Story looked fun too. This was also a time when I think we were really hungry for like another Genshin anime game, and there wasn't any, and now there's too much, honestly. Faces says reconnecting Kingdom of Amalur. Oh yeah, Amalur is good too. Yeah, Kingdoms of Amalur. People are also wanting another one of. I don't know. I mean, I like Kingdoms of Amalur's gameplay. Like, I think Kingdoms of Amalur had much better gameplay than Fable. But I think it failed on every other aspect. Like, I think I liked Fable's story more. I liked its whimsical world more. But I also think that the gameplay of Kingdoms of Amalur was much more immersive and, much more combat heavy. Was awesome. Like, the twin glaives were fucking awesome. That's what most people use. You just fucking, like, let it rip around you. And these, like, circular blades sprung around. What do you call it, Lone? Have you bought and played Fable Anniversary yet? I'm gonna throw up in my mouth. Had I played those, I'd sure feel like ZZZ would have been as enjoyable. Same reason, Fluff. I played Star Rail. Yeah, I maybe that's probably as well. I took a long break between me playing any other gacha anime game. So I didn't play Star Rail, I didn't play that game. You guys were all getting after it with that. I must be the one of the weird ones who like the third person thing. Kingdom of Amalur was great, but it's I'd say it felt like something closer to Darksiders, yeah, for sure. Darksiders feels better. Darksiders RPG than like a Fable like RPG. I do think there was morality in it though. Maybe not morality, choices. I think there was choices. I don't think for whatever reason, like the morality thing popped off in a big way, and then every game just abandoned it like crazy. It's weird. Like Infamous did it, Fable did it. There's some other like weirder like horror games that kind of fucked with it a little bit too. Dishonored did it, but then just like gone. No one touched it anymore, which is a shame. I think it was actually always fun to kind of. I mean, it is unless you like Dishonored is probably the worst example of a horror or like a morality system because it just tanked the gameplay. Like it's like what if we built this game from the ground level for you to stab people in the necks? What if instead you could like strangle them, which took twice as long and was not as efficient at all. And they kind of fixed it in Dishonored 2, but it was still like nothing in comparison to summoning rats and like devouring a whole body, opposed to you like doing nothing essentially. Yeah, Bodhi says, I always hated Gears of War third person. Yeah, well, we go. Well, I'm excited for Gears of War Judgment. That's going to be interesting because I feel like, again, half of like a game and like making videos is understanding the time interval in which people are most wanting your thing. So like right now, I feel like they released Gears of War like a while back, but like I think most people were just like, I don't really care about Gears right now. Same thing as Halo. Like people are trying to like bring back Halo, and I think you should let that breathe for a while, and then bring it back in like a revitalized way, you know, like a Generation 2 kind of thing, instead of it being like, we're continuing the story where it left off, you know. It feels weird. Granted, in Gears, I think it did do that. It rebooted the story with like the guy's son, but it did it weird. Where like he ended up being like in the third game, he ended up being like a bad guy or something, and he ended up playing like the girl. It was just weird. It was just like, this is not what I want, you know. Also, I hate Gears with third person. I prefer third person games for the sake of character customization, but first person is literally the most immersive if you want to feel like you are in the world, more so than with VR. Yeah, for me, I don't feel the need to be in the game to the degree. I prefer seeing myself and my friend's character decked out in, well, that's also another weird thing. Like I know a lot of people who, if they played Skyrim with co-op, they would be like, hell no. Like, yeah, like I think they would maybe do it like they may play them after they did play the game in their first run. But I know a lot of people would be like, if the Elder Scrolls 3 had like cooperative play, I think a lot of people would be like, I want to play by myself first, like for the first couple hours, then I'll play with my buddy, because I do think it ruins it to some extent. Like, not to like play with your people is good. I'm saying that like to enjoy a true RPG where you're gonna like sink into the world, and then your friend makes like a dick joke, and it like pulls you out of the experience a little bit when they're trying like to build tension within the story. When you're trying to like, there's a symphony coming out like right now. It's all getting immersive. Maybe you have a friend that is the same as you and like really sinks into the like atmosphere of the world. Sure. But there's also a lot of people that could like break your like and again, it's your buddy, so maybe you even laugh. But it's like if I were to take a person, run them through an experience where they just played it by themselves, like an RPG, like Skyrim, but better, and it had like great pacing, built them up a lot, and I let them play for, let's say, like 5 hours, and then I would like get them to rate their time out of like 1 out of 10, as far as like how good the game was, and then you did the same thing with their friend. I think it's tough, because I think if you were to rate how good the game was, they would put it lower. But if you were to say how much fun did you have, they would maybe put it higher. So I could see two metrics being slightly different. But regardless, I think that, like, again, there's been plenty of times where I was playing a game, even like when you're playing like a game and you're talking to your friend on Discord and he like says a joke and you're in the middle of something that's kind of important in the game and you start laughing and it breaks the tension. Same thing is like when you're watching the, listening to like that dramatic music in the background. When this guy was like pouring his heart out about how he hurt his friend and that he'll never be able to be a scientist and pursue his loved topic of interest ever again. And I like one of the voice things popped up and made a joke, which was a lot more fun than like the dramaticness of the thing. But it made me not remember the story very clearly. It made me not, like, in a couple of weeks, I'm not going to remember that happening at all, you know? Whereas, like, what is it called? The in The Witcher, there's this quest that I'll never forget. It's a quest where you basically you hear about how a guy's wife died, and he basically tries to get you to figure out how his wife died. You then basically find out through a long series of events that basically the sister of his wife loved him, and the guy himself is a werewolf, and the sister basically found out where he goes to transform into
Volty _ 1337 said womp womp.
Great. Great. That's where text-to-speech fucks me up a little bit, because it just completely derails my thought process. But anyways, he's a werewolf. I'm sure you've seen it on The Witcher 2. It's like a really known side quest. But he ends up telling her, the sister ends up telling the wife to go to the cave when he transforms into a werewolf, and she doesn't know he's a werewolf. She goes in there. He's werewolf. He slaughters his wife. He wakes up. He killed his wife. He doesn't know what to do about it. The Geralt basically figures all this shit out and tells him, like, hey, by the way, this girl killed your wife, or made you kill your wife. And you could either kill him, let him kill the sister who loved him and was psycho, or any of those things. But like, if my buddy was in my ear being like, holy shit, this dumb bitch is this, it would just be laughs, and it would just turn into like static. You know what I mean? It'd be like one of the 1,000 memories of my buddy making a joke and me laughing. So like, it just doesn't stick, I think, the same. It's like sucks, but you got to pay the piper as far as like not making jokes, taking it seriously, letting yourself actually sink into the world. And again, some people have friends who are like, no, we're gonna RP the fuck out of this, and if you deviate, I'm gonna tell you to shut the fuck up. If I deviate, you tell me to shut the fuck up. However, we've had the expectations that more recent first-person co-op games, CP 2000, Borderlands, Far Cry, Dead Island. Yeah, I think Borderlands and all that stuff are also made to not be as serious because they're meant to be kind of played as co-op, which I don't know if their like solution has been good in Borderlands, which is just to basically make like a bunch of bad jokes all the time, and people tend to just look at their friends and roll their eyes like, God, these guys are talking so much. They're talking crazy also, Jesus. Have you heard about Blue Protocol not being developed anymore? Yeah, rip Blue Protocol. Yeah, I did not know that, Bolty. Yeah, it sucks. 2025, they're shutting it down. That's so stupid. That's so dumb. So many people were fucking juiced for that, and it sucks when they... the Asian market, I feel like so many games are made for the Western market, but they're given to the Asian market, and the Asian market is like, we don't want this. Like, it's such a parallel difference between what, like... I think Blue Protocol would have done great here. I also wouldn't have thought it would have done well in Japan. If you see what they actually enjoy and play, it's not those types of games. Like, it's funny because I think, like, they try to sell weeb shit to Japan or China, and most of them are like, we're annoyed by this. This becomes, like, Americans toting about guns. You know, it's like, how many Americans here love seeing a person be like, yay ha, guns, baby, 4th of July, etc., go crazy. I'm sure you like it when it's 4th of July, but I'm sure you're not out there looking for it constantly. Whereas there's probably a person in Switzerland or in Canada who doesn't have like a lot of gun control or something like that. That's like, this is cool as shit. I love guns because I can't use them at all. You know, in the same boat. They should basically make a game for Asian people, but then give it to the West because we're all weebs in the West, essentially. The amount of weebs in the West is wild. Sadly, Protocol was a commercial failure in Japan, so it's not really the blame of Amazon. Amazon moment. I mean, yeah, but I think it is stupid, but like it shouldn't have been given to Japan. Like, it's insane that, again, Japan is competing with like 1,000 other anime adjacent games and a culture that is like known anime forever and is so super saturated anime. Genshin did really well in the US, in the West, essentially, in all of the West. Genshin popped off in like 6 different cultures, and to me, again, that's indicative of people liking this like anime design thing. And the fact that they didn't bring that to the US is fucking insane to me. They never made it global. You know, it's wild. It's like, no wonder it failed. So, like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, it's like trying to sell hot dogs in a district that is filled with hot dog stands. It's like, why are you shocked when people don't want any more fucking hot dogs instead of going to a place with burgers and making hot dogs there? Like, it just doesn't make any business sense at all. It's like, yeah, but people love hot dogs in this area. People move to this area for hot dogs. Yeah, but unless you're the fucking best hot dog, you're not going to fucking stand a chance. So go to a place where there's less competition and still a hunger for it. Amazon was going to be the localizer of it, but they never came into fruition. Yeah, see, that's why Amazon sucks. Amazon is both the best and worst thing ever. I always come to that conclusion. Nope, not yet. Granted, I likely it hasn't gone well, especially with how much alteration and censorship with Lost Ark had. And the mess with New... Yeah, I heard something a lot, but what do you call it? Was it Lost Ark? I don't know what it was, but it was one of those games that was basically like... It was just right at the peak of like China like banning a bunch of shit, essentially. Which hopefully is turning around now that like Sun Wukong game has basically been like, hey, it's like the equivalent of like your very racist grandfather or something, basically like meeting one of your like childhood friends that happens to be a different nationality and him being really respectful and him being like, oh... You're one of the good ones. And you're like, Grandpa, please. Grandpa, please don't embarrass me like this, please. And hopefully, it's the bridge that Grandpa needed to be like, maybe things have changed. And like, no, Grandpa, it was never that way. It was never that way, but okay. You know, as long as we get to a good place, this is for the best. Mikara, the Hollow streamer Blue Protocol the other day, titled it something like, please don't take this MMO away from me. Oh. Yeah, people love their MMOs. It becomes like their surrogate surrogate child in a weird way, or pet. Like they need it in their life, and it becomes a part of their whole routine. There'll be a day when one of when ZZZ or even Genshin turns off its servers, which is sad. You know. As popular as she is, I doubt she'll have any pull in there. Oh no, for sure, yeah. Again, there's sometimes companies can be swayed. I'm not sure if MMOs have ever done this, but like companies can be somewhat swayed to like allow you to host certain aspects of the server or game or something like that. Which at that point, I do think like it's weird because it's like a super nice thing to like a nod for people who ever want to go back and play this game that they loved. But at the same time, I think a lot of people, the kick out of an MMO is that it is alive. So like even if you basically give like the ability to Frankenstein bring it back to life, it's only you in there. So I tend to think people tend to not fuck with it even still, you know? Like it's almost like, how many of you have played a game that was like a live service or an MMO when it was completely dead? Like when like, and if you look at any graph that shows like players and it like stops getting updates or like even is hinting at the fact that it starts to like not be supported in the future, it drops off like a cliff because people like feel like, well, I'll leave you before you leave me, because if it's inevitably going to be a bad time, it'd almost be like if you had a girl that was beautiful, had everything you wanted from her, but then eventually was like, in a month I am going to cheat on you and leave you. How many of you would be like, I'm gonna leave right now, man? Or how many of you would be like, I'm gonna get the most of the situation in the most ravenous way possible and then leave at the last minute? But most people are like, it just creates this like feeling of ich, you know? I don't want to be here because it's all bad. It's like a train heading for failure. Raid says, Grin, you have reminded I need to do the Jane quest. Jane quest has been very nice as of late. I still do. Again, I'm not. It's at the point that I don't know if it's just me. Like I mean, yeah. There's parts where there's so much like story. And maybe I'm just getting to the point where I hate fucking story, but I love story. It's crazy to me. I really love and adore story. But maybe it's because I'm reading this book that like has told me like why so many stories really hit for me and like why it's super meaningful to me. And then there's like shit in storytelling that's really like meandery, where basically it just keeps looping up and like it treats the reader like they're an idiot. It's almost like the same thing as like you know how we talked about how people say like we're making a game for like a modern audiences, like Gen Z, and it ends up being like the worst fucking story you've ever heard in your life, and then Gen Z also hates it. So it's like you're just not doing a good job. Like this is not, you think you're optimizing for this metric, you're not. You're just like way off the mark entirely. It feels very similar in certain stories like Wuthering Waves and in ZZZ, where I feel like they do that, where like to me it's like recycling stuff that we already know, treating the player like they're stupid. It's almost like the same thing as like, well, Gen Z has no attention span, so we just have to like, it's not our fault, but we have to like throw everything down your throat really fast and make it super dumbed down. And then Gen Z hates it too. So like, it's not for Gen Z. That's not how storytelling works at all. So like, it's just annoying. And it's like an excuse that they use to like validate really bad and lazy storytelling. That's not to say that there's that in this game, or in these games. That's to say that there are moments when I find that they could really trim the fat and it would be like a much better story that hits every pace. It's something I think I should give credit to Genshin. Genshin had a much better, I think, pacing of it, where it felt like, maybe I'm looking back, it was rose-colored glasses, but I always remember me being a lot more like, okay, they didn't like, sometimes they did. Sometimes they did like recycle the same thing, and they're like, are you telling me that you're now the leader of the thing? Oh my god, you weren't actually working for the enemy? Oh my god, oh you're a detective. Okay, now this other character needs to come in and be like, oh, she was the detective, she told you she's the detective, isn't that crazy? Yeah, she's been working for us to a long time. And I'm just like, shut up. Fuck you. I would have punched you in the mouth. Move on. We get it. She's a fucking detective person. What's going on? I don't need to see 6 characters be like like it just seems like a lot of that when I'm listening to these stories recently, where it's like there's a lot of like, if you were to think about the story as it's being told, you're like, we already know this. This is just it's almost like you're like, you got a goldfish brain, all right? We're going to tell you it for the 4th time so your stupid dumb ass can remember it, idiot. I hate you. It just feels spiteful. It's almost like a storyteller who's like, I hate you. You're stupid. I hate that I have to write this way for you. And it's just like, you're fucking delusional, man. No one wants you to do that. You just let people convince you that you're this crazy.
Lone Syndicate said my Wi-Fi nuked itself. What are we talking about?
Nothing. Drop it. Okay, I honestly was just rambling there. But I'm hungry, so I'm gonna get some dinner. You eat, Raid, you eat. Nog says, for me, first playthrough of everything is always solo. After that, you do a main story. When I fuck around. Yeah, exactly. Absolutely. 100%. I'm the same way, where I feel like the first path, I should get as much of like the base feel of the game. Maybe not the full story, but like get a really good sense for it, and then see if you want to do more story, or if you're like, I'm good. The story's lost me a little bit. I'm ready to go hang out with my boys. Basil says, I've been playing Phantasy Star for now MMO wise. Yeah, man, it's crazy how everyone has those things. MMOs terrify me in the sense that they seem like if they get you hooks in you, they really seem to lock you the fuck in, and it's terrifying. We might see a fan localized private serve for Blue Protocol, but I wouldn't count on Bandai Namco being amicable. Yeah, I was about to say very few game companies are like that. It's like they'd rather like kill you on their terms. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, you want to take my child that we spent millions of dollars on and made happy, or sorry, made like as much like great for the people who love it. No, I just for it's the same thing as Battleborn. Where like again, it's like Gearbox could have localized the servers. It wasn't like a gigantic game. Like it's not impossible to like render those levels into a host server or something like that. But they're like, no, we want this shame to be gone forever. And it's like, oh man. That's just ass. Every gacha game without a Paimon is a 10 out of 10 automatically. It's funny, I look back at Paimon and I get she was annoying, but I still didn't hate her. She was not like, yeah, you know, she was just like maybe, definitely looking back with rose-colored glasses a little bit, because I haven't played the game for 4 years, but it was one of those things where it's like, Paimon was our girl at moments. You know what I mean? She was there for us. She was also pointing out the bullshit in the world a little bit when our character was stupid as shit and just looking out on the sunset like, where's my sister? And I'm like, fucking shit. But ladies and gentlemen, I think that's it. No, that's not it. Let's not say that's it yet. Oh my god, my body. Before we log off, we had a tradition. We skipped it these last 2 times, and I refuse to do it again. So we will look at it today. Especially with how much Fluff made. Oh, Fluff messaged me apparently. I'll read that hopefully after the stream, unless I forget. Oh my god. Oh, so there's a side thing. Fluff also got a brand new fucking monitor, which looks great. Where is it? These damn VTuber things. I just seen Rainho's new fucking VTuber avatar, by the way. Pretty fucking clean, I'll be honest. Looked pretty good. At first, I was like, I don't like change. Stop it. But it looked pretty good eventually. My brain was like, fine. It's alright. I don't like how a lot of the VTubers seem to like go for like, it's clear like their chibi style and stuff like that, which I'm like, I don't often love. I would rather go the other way and all that, but hey. Did we already look at these ones? We did. That one's new. That one I think is new. Okay. If you guys don't know this minigame, you guys can see Into the Void, I'm sorry. If you guys do not know this minigame, essentially, Fluff has sent us a plethora of VTuber anime women, and we judge them basically on if they are good or not. Very judgmental wise. Essentially, to be clear, 5 is, we're judging them purely on the notion of a cool idea. So, the one that we always bring up, which is great, is basically, is this concept for a character so goddamn good that it makes you, like, you curious about the premise, essentially? So, for instance, a orc salaryman will always be, to me, like, a really good idea. Like, it's clever, you can play off of it. It's not, like, generic anime boy with abs, you know? It's like, no, here's some weird shit that you can play off of, have fun, be goofy, make reference to characters, you know, say, like, despite all the shit about, you know, elves, we actually are very respectful, all that stuff. You can have fun with it. So 5 is basically, this does nothing for me. It's basically, like, the idea that we're trying to gauge for is...
McFluffican said La Lion Tilda. Hololive's resident FPS gamer lioness, Shishiro Botten, has my favorite fan mascot, the SSRB, which are little bomb lions.
The bomb lions is cute. But I was going to say, yeah, we're gauging for, like, is this good enough to where, like, just by the idea of the concept of what it looks like itself, is enough for you to basically be interested in it. So this one is called Taken Lu, probably not saying it properly, Jen Hololine Gen 6 Holo X, whatever the fuck that means. What is this? I really liked it bottom down. Okay, no, sorry, middle down. But the face threw me off. If it was red hair, I know it's a little basic, but I really thought that would pull it all together. The fact that it's like pink hair and blue eyes, and she looks like she has wings on her head. I'm not loving that. That part's not great to me. But apparently she has a cool cape or whatever. Not just the front line. Also, there is wild thigh gap. Looks like Jane. How dare you? Jane is much thicker than this. How could you? That's much cuter. That feels like that one sequences a lot more. How many of you guys thought just with this, it was gonna be like a girl with red head and bangs, or like short red hair? You know, this one looks honestly clean, except she has little baby feet that are gonna shatter because of how much weight is up here and how much little feet is down here. Foot are gonna swell up like you would not believe. But otherwise, this actually looks very pretty. I like it a lot. I am not gaining.
McFlufferkins said to Kane Louie, "She's a hawk and some of the most impressive hip thighs."
Woo!
Perfectly translates from 2D to 3D.
What? 2D to 3D. Okay. I was gonna say that so that she showed herself on camera or something. I think this one's my favorite outfit thus far. I love the circle. You know me. Circular glasses, hot. Cute little choker, cute. The little stylish armbands, great. I like it a lot, but I will say, I don't really know what this, besides it just looking like very fashionable, I don't know what the hook is, you know? Just looks like generic blonde girl, or not blonde girl, sorry, generic, library girl, quiet introvert girl, with some style sense. You know, it doesn't really make me curious or hook me. I will say, as far as like style, I'd give it an 8. I think it looks sick. As far as like what we're actually judging it on, I give it like a 6, maybe. It's kind of cute, like interesting enough, but it doesn't make me like want to ask her a question or like know what she's gonna be playing off of. Like if I see an orc with a fucking bow tie on, I'm like, there's something here. There's something here. Something weird. I'm gonna ask some questions. This is just looks like a nice, nice anime girl, I guess. What about you guys? Again, judging on the metric that is what it's an interesting concept or idea, which I think is what like VTubers honestly should be judged by, because otherwise it's just like you can just pay someone to like make yourself look stylish and symmetrical. 3, yeah, 3. Yeah, as far like it doesn't give us much to play off of. Simple M, bet efficient 7 out of 10. Yeah, 7. 7's a little generous. That's generous for sure. Nong says 4. All answers I feel are fair. All are fair. She has her Hawkeye toggle, which changes her blue into red eyes and yellow crosshairs. Sadly, not picture of. Yeah, it's fine. I can imagine it. It looks neat. All right, next one called Moon Hashinova. I'm sure Fluff will come in here with an AI voice and give us a little TLDR. We have thigh meat also. Just like to point that out always. This one's a little bit more unique, I guess. It's got weird star hair things. She looks kind of bored a little bit. Do we have any more to go off of that like makes us curious? She does have like a galaxy in her hair. Again, it's just a human being basically with like generic. And again, it could be a human being, but like give me something. Give me like some glowing eyes.
Lone Syndicate said, how many VTubers has Fluff sent?
Fluff has sent probably like 18 more than what we just looked at, I think. It's quite a bit. I think. That's maybe too much. Maybe too little. I don't know. That's pretty sick. That one, that's kind of what I mean. At least this one has me like, I'm curious about shit. What's going on? Was she like a fucking spirit, essentially, or like the watcher of a shrine? The goddamn crescent moon on the forehead kills it for me, unfortunately. I love the design of this one.
McFlufferkins said Muna Hoshinova, one of the original 3 Indonesian Hololive members. Amazing singer. Her default outfit has a running joke of looking like a PS5. She's meant to be the goddess of the moon.
Oh, okay. Definitely looks like something that would be in one of Lone's games, which I don't forget what it's called. It's like the console war, waifu war thing. For me, This one is like a 3. This one kind of brings it up to what I'm kind of looking for, which is still not great. It's still like a 6.5, okay? It's still 6.5. It's still not asking me too many questions. It's not curious enough. She had ears, something. Even, honestly, the ears is the worst example, because that's pretty basic.
We are gonna be here later.
Why? We're not going through all of them, gang. We're only going through like 2 or 3. And we gotta tell Fluff to stop. Just don't upload anymore until we're finished this batch. Until we're done, and then maybe we'll ask him for more. This might be motherfucking what we've been asking for. Let's look. What's her name? Korjo Ollie. That's what I'm talking about. That's at least something fucking interesting. That's like a Frankenstein's daughter thing. I got questions. I dig the hair. She's got a fucking cut up face. She's like a zombie. She's definitely just like a Frankenstein.
McFluffer said I stopped a month or 2
You
ago.
did. You paused. This is like a little bit old. This is what I'm talking about. This fits our description to me to a T. It's different. It's interesting. I got questions. I haven't seen too many zombie-like adjacent, whatever the fuck you call this. I also dig the whole goth vibe quite a lot. I don't like the whole child thing. It's a little fucky. I wish it was a grown adult, especially like a grown mommy fucking gigantic girl zombie thing, covered eyes and shit. It'd be great. It'd be so good. Anyways. Yeah. You know like the talisman? Like the giant, like, Japanese talisman thing here, and then just, like, giant, and then, like, clearly scarred face and shit, and, like, yeah, it'd be great. Anyways, I like this one a lot. Is there any other ones that, like, the style? The eyes are, it's a little bit, she got a little bit far, the eyes are pretty far away from each other, but other than that, I also hate is this she hollow here? I don't know, that's really hard to look at. This is, like, lines on a line shirt on camera. It just looks terrible. Anyways, this one, I'm liking it less. It looks like that girl who's on YouTube who is like a skeleton. What's her name? Maina Kunez or something like that. She's like pale. She's like goth, and she's so thin. She kind of is getting that. I'm getting that vibe a little bit, which is terrible because this girl is literally undead, and that girl needs help. Anyways,
McFluffer said crazy Ori. Hololive's #1 catest zombie idol. Her name is a pan of saying. Crazy in a Japanese accent. She is very entertaining, loves Apex Legends, and is the biggest insider fan.
Blame Bolty. Blame Bolty because he's like, I want a Japanese sounding voice. And sometimes it sounds like a Japanese person imitating a human being, or like an English person. And then other times it just sounds like madness. But yeah. I had no choice. I know. This is blame Bolty. Blame Bolty. Okay, Bolty's like, let's have some crazy. This one to me, also for, what do you guys say? The last one was an 8.5, 7. Yeah, 7.5.
Bolty _1337 said didn't blame it fit so well.
Why do you blame it fits so well? Well, I barely went for that one. All right. I would say this one to me is a solid. If the orc one is a 9 for me, I'd say this one is probably an 8 or a 7.8. I'd say an 8. I'd say it's an 8. To me, this is exactly like the kind of definition of like, it's different enough. I don't see too many of these kind of like VTuber premises beforehand, like the idea of like a zombie creature. I think there's like some that come to mind. There's like one other one that I can think of. But this is pretty unique. I think it's really neat. And again, it makes you like, there's so many things that they can play off of, like the fact that they're like, yeah, I reek like a corpse. You know, there's so many things that they can actually have fun with that you could ask questions for. You could be like, hey, I'm half. Does this give her the N-word pass? This may not be a good enough joke. Oh, I'd be such a funny conversation having it with like a black creator and being like, how much skin percentage I need. I have 5 patches. Is that too little or too much? Could I get away with it? Anyway, I give this one an 8 for me. I think it's solid. What would you guys give it out of 10? I like the dagger in the hair. That's cute. It's very cool. Good touch. Solid touch. I will say I'm not a big fan of her other outfits, though. Again, I think this one is the right amount of that. One more, and then we will call it. Ooh, this one, I like the hair. Holy shit. Annie Malefica? Something.
McFlufferkin said Ollie has a multiverse where there's Olivia, her still alive self. And then more recently there's Sally, her big booba, era self.
Oh. Curious what that one looks like, but don't worry about it. Okay, this one, Aya, let's see. I'm worried, but the hair, this one might be a better sell. It's tough, man. If they had like a Rapunzel-like fucking crazy hair game, like you would not believe. Because there's some girls out there who have like really thick hair, like really thick hair. Almost looks like a sunset, like a tiger's mane. It's crazy. They could do that. This one, I like the hair color. I like the gradient, the brown and the gold. Wouldn't have thought it would work, but a gradient's just perfect. Looks great. But again, doesn't really look like, it's just like it's a Lolita type thing. Is there other costumes famous, maybe? No. Yeah, for me, this one is going to be, unfortunately, a pretty low one. Again, if this was... I do like the volume as hair. I think that's kind of cool. I think if you had, like, a ponytail with, like, a crazy fucking volume, like, that would be neat. It still doesn't give me any question to answer. You know, it's not like a... it could be a half-elf or something. You could be a Cyclops, I don't know, something. Like, it could be, you can have fun with it to some extent.
McFluffican said Anya Melfisa, Hololive Indonesia's resident Chris, a living dagger. She's very sleepy, fluent in Japanese and has a lot of charm. Personal favorite is her steampunk outfit, the green one.
I think it makes her look like I could just kick her in the head and she just fucking knocked unconscious. You know what I mean? Just looks like a child, like a tiny little, yes. You know, like, I don't know what it is. Something about it that just doesn't seem... Yes. I don't know. It just looks like a nothing. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like if you're going to go small, you have to become like a fucking half raccoon. Not raccoon. What is it? Goddamned. Not werewolf. Fuck, what is it called? Wolverine. You gotta become like a Wolverine hybrid and shit where she's like, I would eat you alive kind of thing. Something. I can't grab onto anything besides the hair looks fire. The hair does look fire. I'll be honest. That looks great. But other than that, I don't know. I give this one, for me personally, a 3. If we're judging style-wise, I give it like an 8. I think it looks really good. Colors, symmetry shit is on fucking cloud 9. But to me, it doesn't do our weird thing of like, if I seen this person in Twitch, in like the Twitch directory or something like that, I wouldn't be like, oh, I need to like see what that's about, you know? Because like if I seen like an orc salaryman, I'd be like, that's so weird. What's going on with this? If I seen a zombie girl or some shit, it's so different, it's so surprising that I'd be like, what's going on with that? And I check it out just because of the novelty of the design itself is so good. This one to me, although I do like the design, it doesn't have that. It just looks like a generic anime girl from afar, you know. So yeah, but I will say the design aspect and the coloration of it does look good. Original outfit is a 7. Steampunk is an 8 for me, says Fluff. Actually a 7 for me on the original, 7.5 for the original. Got it. A little bit better than normal. The steampunk costume is missing her clockwork gas mask. It looks pretty neat. She is very small, one of the shortest Hololive VTubers. Like, canon-wise, like her actual size. Again, it's not that it's not that she's small, although that to me it does always make it like a child, which to me is just like, it makes it so that it's so, most anime is like chibi, like it's very like young, tiny, chibi type person, so it just makes it, like the problem doesn't solve itself from like, they look a little generic, I guess. So again, it doesn't, the kind of metric I should define when moving forward is like, if you were scrolling through Twitch's directory, and you've seen this person's avatar pop up in a thumbnail, so you have like a surface level understanding of it, you can't see like the depth detail of it, but you can see a little bit of it, would you be like, oh, that's so weird, that's so curious, let me click on it? You'd be like, nah, this looks like a VTuber.
McFlufferkins said Hololive use their actual heights for the sake of 3D model being accurately rigged.
Hololive user, their actual height, or hide their actual height for the sake of 3D models being accurate. Oh, okay, I see. So they don't hide. Sorry, they use their actual height. Gotcha. She's canon small. Got it. That makes sense. Again, it's not that necessarily the height thing. It's the. I will say the hair does do a good job. Like, it makes it so that it does stand up. But again, if I squint my eyes and you were scrolling through the directory, I don't know if I would probably look at this and be like, that's a cute VTuber, cute. But it wouldn't be like scrolling through it and seeing this and being like, does she have a fucking scar on her face? She got bandages? Is she like some sort of fucking zombie? Or maybe she's like Frankenstein. What's going on? And I'd click on it, you know? Same thing if I seen the orc. Things like that. We gotta stop. But, that's not bad. We came out of there with some of them.
Balti underscore 1337 said accurate foreheads.
With Aya being, in... What? No way. With Aya being, in the low 4-foot range. That's insane, man. I don't know if I've ever met anyone who's 4 foot. Besides, like, children. But that's insane to me. I can't even fucking imagine how small that is. 1, 2, 3. That can't be real. That can't be real. That's not a human being. That's subhuman. Not kidding. That's insane. No. Perhaps in the future, instead of just images, I'll find some decent. Maybe. I feel like it kind of because that fucks up our game. Because all it does is make people. Basically, it's like, hey, this part of the stream is where I advertise for VTubers, and we just love them essentially, which is maybe fine. But a part of me likes this part because I think one day it would be cool to have like to maybe when the cost gets reasonable to me, or I find a person who like knows more about it, like a person who is a VTuber who can explain to me the process of everything, how it works. I know there's like better videos out there, but I want to ask questions. Maybe we're lucky enough to meet a content creator out there one day that wouldn't mind shooting the shit with me about it. But yeah, what do you call it? The reason why I like this is because it kind of helps me. Every time I see other people's creation and we kind of like think through why it didn't hit for me, it makes it more clear. Like again, we started this basically just being like, let's look at fun designs of characters. Because Lone, it was like showing us how there was a VTuber who was for every Greek god, like Poseidon, Zeus, and stuff like that. Norse god, or whatever it was. I think it was Greek god. But anyways, so we started looking at the designs. At the time, I was also floating the idea of us maybe doing a VTuber thing, which could be fun. But eventually, I came to the conclusion of basically like, hey, to me at least, it would be really cool if we came to the conclusion of like, why is some designs better than others, and I kind of grinded it down to like, well, it's just something that like looks so the same. And then we kind of grinded it to kind of answer down more of like, oh, if I ever did a VTuber thing, I want to do something that is like different enough that people would like stop scrolling and be like, what is that? Like, it's not just an anime person. Funnily enough, I think our weird like shadow man, like I still haven't seen a VTuber avatar that is like a shadow man, like a weird entity essentially like that. That is good. Granted, I also think that means it'll probably be really hard to find someone who's good about doing that, So yeah, both a good answer and a bad answer in the sense it's like, that sounds expansive. It sounds expansive to pull off. Most of the JP members are 5 foot or below. Yeah, I know 5 feet is still like, that's probably the same size as my mom, but like 4 foot? Or like 4'3", 4'6", still. I don't know why it seems like such a differentiator. I can't speak. Most of the taller members are from the Western country. Got it. I knew a woman who was 4'4" IRL, with a mechanic in the army. Holy shit! How tall are you not? Because if you're 7 foot, you're at like, she's at like dick height constantly. I'm not even saying this in the sexual way. I'm saying that's just gotta be bad for her. People are sweaty in the army. Anyways, Raynate says apparently. As the cross, I know. Just made a video about trying ZZ. Oh, nice. He's one of the content creators that I sincerely think like he could like go anywhere and be successful. You know what I mean? Like he's so good about like knowing how to format a video. He has like such a good brain for like sticking to a certain lane. Like whether it's like we're gonna stream today and we're gonna like do build battles or we're gonna do this. Like it's just so locked in and so good about being disciplined into like we're gonna stay here and iron these out for a long time. And he's also like the right amount of, it's like sometimes like there's content creators that are like really charismatic and there's other content creators that are like really good data people, and sometimes the data people you can't watch too much because it's too much data, and sometimes the content creators ones you can't watch too much because eventually you get sick of the personality, you just want to see some gameplay. So to me I think he fits in that category of like just knowing the balance of like some fun talking and then also some like good gameplay. That's why you're here. Just saying that I've shared that I could of my favorite most HoloLive VTubers, so I wouldn't have more to share once I finish this. Gotcha. That's interesting, Raid. Hopefully he enjoyed it. Yeah, I think it's hard to not enjoy. Well, I don't know. A lot of people didn't enjoy ZZZ, which is surprising. But I think it's a game that's pretty hard not to enjoy. I can see you being like, there's not enough here because you're just not used to like the gacha game drip feed essentially. But yeah. Man, did Destiny must be boring as hell with Azracross playing ZZ. No, I think Azracross is he talked about it a lot. He's been covering a lot of like Destiny drama, but Destiny's looking like it's in a weird place where it's no longer going to have these massive big updates anymore. It's going to have these little updates. So everyone who's a Destiny creator is kind of like, what else can I kind of do then? Like, and I think Genshin or ZZZ is one of those games that like you can play a lot of, and what do you call it? Azracross is always about like crunching numbers and like finding the right optimization things. So I wouldn't be surprised if his people would get into it. And with the GamerSupps collaboration going so well, I think it was a kind of a wake-up call that like, oh, well, a lot of people are actually, this is my fan base. Like a lot of people fuck with anime who also fuck with Destiny and stuff like that. Which is just, we're in the era of like animes become like fantasy almost. Like most people tend to enjoy it, you know? Fluff says, oh boy, first MTash and now Azracross. Surprising how gacha games become a Destiny refuge. It's like Final Fantasy 14 being where many fighter games community go. Well, I think it's because most of these. I think it's because it's a consistently updating game, which most of those content creators are really good about covering. The issue is when, like, I think MTash has an issue where he just gets burnt out really quickly. Like he's getting older and he's seeing less. He can't put up with as much bullshit, quote unquote bullshit, whatever he determines to be bullshit, as much. Whereas Azracross still seems like he's able to chew through it. Like he's able to be like, hey, I haven't even heard him talk about it, but he's like, this is my job. Like it's like this is like, even if I'm miserable, I still like the fact that I make a lot of money doing this, and that's plenty enough for me to like just provide value. I also think that's what he looks at it as. I think he looks at it like what is something that I can bring value to. At least when I see Azracross, that's kind of the thing I get. I don't really see him making too many like, this is my opinion. In fact, I think this is like the rarest video he makes, and MTaS, that's the most videos he makes. Nong says I'm 5'5". Okay, so it's still comparable. So actually, no, that's fair enough to be still. Yeah, it just still should be real small. Surprising. Raid says, also, Grin, did you see the news about Bungie? Destiny is washed. I did see all the news coming up about Destiny, how it's, I wouldn't say it's washed. I could see that people, I mean, it does look like Bungie is, the Bungie that we know is probably long dead. You know, it's kind of the thing that's sad to me. It's like, people talk about how, and this is why I'm kind of like, I'm both excited and worried about Avowed, where, like, I love Obsidian to bits, but I think people also get fucked up in the sense that like Obsidian is a brand, and the people that made New Vegas, which are the people that like we most loved, I don't know if they're still working there. Like I don't know if they're in a leadership position. New Vegas became a game that was like massively successful, like a little bit after it was launched. So I could see the people that worked on that game being like shit on for a couple weeks, and then finally the game starts doing well. So maybe they let them keep their job, but they're definitely not going to be in leadership positions. And then there's the merger with Xbox, and now you're going to have to do whatever they say. And I could see, like, again, to me, it'd be one of those things where it'd be cool if, like, Xbox said, hey, here are all the developers that worked on New Vegas, like, legitimately worked on New Vegas. Here's the game that we basically enable them to make just whatever they want. Hopefully it's something near RPG-esque stuff like New Vegas was. Yeah, I think we get in our heads about like, oh, Bungie is not Bungie even. Bungie is just a shell that encompasses in brilliant people, and those brilliant people can leave, and oftentimes do, because it's the people that are usually the ones that are the most monetarily motivated that tend to act, build themselves up the most, make themselves look the best, and etc. And it's the person that's actually grinding their ass off and working that tend to just grind up their ass off and work. They tend not to be good at selling themselves. Like, I've never met a person who is as good about selling themselves as they are about working as hard as possible and making shit happen. It's usually like a 1-to-1. It's usually like for every third of that thing, you have the other fourth. Raid says, but yeah, Azracross is I like him a lot too. I've also just caught him, so maybe I don't know the whole of what he is. But yeah, right now, I after getting back in again or Destiny, he's been a fun person to watch as of late. Sony acquired Bungie ahead, mismanaged the funds, and just made Destiny too sad for Destiny. Yeah, well, the main thing is it seems like Destiny 2, Bungie fired a lot of like the people that were making like some of the worst and best choices in Destiny 2. But the main thing is that the guy who ran the ship basically ran it into the ground by like promising Sony a bunch of these like AAA games, and then there were like no way that they were going to be able to fulfill it. I also think like it sucks, but like this is one of the reasons why I think Sony is like eating shit and dying, where they're like Kill the Justice League was one of their games. Concord is another one, but they chose to listen to Bungie, which, man, like, to me, Bungie is one of the worst efficiency metrics we've ever seen in the gaming industry ever. Like, Destiny's a ton of fun, but like they're the last people I would go to for like advice about how to do a live service game. There's people like, hell, even games that were like not live service games but still did a pretty good job about live service, like Borderlands 3's like every they gave us new guns, they gave us some new DLC packs on occasion. Like, it still felt like it was a live service game without being a live service game. Not like great, but still good. And they didn't seem like they broke the bank doing that stuff. Like, they were like, hey, we know people really find fun in this game, new weapons, let's just upload a bunch of new weapons. Let's make it so that there's some new events, things that happened, new like cosmetics that we could add on occasion. Like, the community doesn't need a fuck ton in order for you to ravage like crazy. And yeah, I don't know, to me it was just a bad idea for them to basically like Sony basically said, hey, Bungie, teach us how to make live service games, and they're like the worst optimized company at making live service games. There's a bunch of like even Genshin and games like that are like fucking great at doing it, and they don't seem to like hemorrhage money by doing it. Fluff says MTash wants to forever game that is more like Destiny. Gotcha. Games are a terrible fit for him when it doesn't have the best ending grind content option. Yeah, well, MTash also seems like a, how do I put it? He just seems like a person who, I don't know. It's hard to say, but like I think it's almost like you're defined by not when the going is good, but when the going gets tough. Does that make sense? And I feel like when the going gets tough, like there's plenty of times when, like, I remember back in the day when I was playing Let It Die, where there was no update, there was fucking nothing. I mean nothing. And I had to find a way to basically make a daily video every day for like 2 years when there was nothing coming out. And shockingly, I did it. I don't know why people watched, but I did it. I didn't bitch that much. Well, I probably did. I didn't complain as much. I probably did. But at the very least, I still did the thing and like tried to create fun and things that we could do, and like tried to like show some value of some kind. Like, hey, the mushrooms can be used for this, something. And I don't feel like there's some people who really, they do really well when there's tons of content, but they do really badly when it comes to having to like make something from scratch as far as that content goes. And I feel like that's where his friction might lie. And sometimes creativity kind of comes and goes, so maybe that's a variable that I'm not considering there, where like sometimes, you know, there's moments where I'm like, I don't got anything creative in my head right now, man. I'm sorry. I'm like tapped out. Fluff says, at least Tango, Gameworks, and Hi-Fi Rush. Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah, that was big news. Hi-Fi Rush was saved.
Said, and your Let It Die legacy is having a random new viewer pop into almost every stream asking about the game.
And your well, yeah. I mean, legacy is a nice way of saying curse, but yes. But yeah. Insert incredible wealthy company name here. Made some terrible decisions lately. Yeah, it's been bad. Again. What do you got? That's the other thing. Suicide Squad wasn't Sony at. I thought it was exclusive to Sony. I thought it was only available on Sony and PC. I didn't think Xbox had it. Maybe I'm wrong on that. I thought there was like a. To me, I was under the impression that Sony wanted live service games, so they were in conversations with a lot of these game companies essentially. I don't think they funded it or like made it, but I think they were probably talking to them and saying like, hey, if you would be willing to make this exclusive to our platform, then we'd be good. But I didn't think Suicide Squad was on Xbox, but maybe there was. Yeah, that's my understanding. But perhaps that was wrong. But anyways, the whole Tango Gameworks got acquired by PUBG, weirdly enough, which I guess PUBG is very odd. Yeah, but to me I'm also hyped, but like PUBG is a very weird game where like I don't know if I like PUBG, and also it's not like a game that I would have figured would have been like a good fit for it, but I'm just happy Hi-Fi Rush is not dead. Tencent? Yeah. I mean, maybe it's Tencent. Well, everything's owned by like Tencent and shit like that, but yeah. Might be the case, but Sony wasn't the publisher. It's had an exclusive deal, which they learned bit by bit that is a tip. Yeah, what do you call it? That's the thing that to me, that's what I meant. Like, I think those exclusivity deals are still where like Sony would be like, well, do you check all of our boxes? And knowing how like games work, I think a lot of games like that, man, are built in the sense that like, how do I put it? It's not about like you making a good game. It's about you filling out the checklist that this CEO wants your game to be. Like, that's what they very much make it sound like with what happened with Destiny, where it's like Bungie was like, not Bungie. It was like Sony was like, hey, Bungie, we need these 5 things from you. And then the leadership of Bungie was like, you'll pay how much if we have all 4 of those things? Okay, let's get on making those 4 things. And then they basically like fill out the list of like, we technically have this, we technically have another live service game, we technically have a live service game in this new evolving environment, like Tarkov-y kind of like extraction shooters. Here's all the things. And then they basically like, we'll buy it. And then they buy it. But it's not like, we have a really good game. Like, I think a CEO is like, what are you talking about? What are you fucking talking about? Excuse me? I sold 5, we had 6 good games, and they all failed. And they're like, well, 90% of them were like half-assed money grabs that were like really political in a weird way, and people just didn't want that time. They're like, no, it was a great game. And you're like, oh, fuck me. You know, fill the list and give me what I want. And then they're like, and then when I fail, I'll put it on some other poor intern's self and be like, he did it. And I'll keep making millions. Anyways, both Capcom and Square Enix has really realized that Sony exclusives deal is terrible for their probably. Yeah. Hopefully it's people get stopped, man. You know what's crazy to me, man? The last thing we'll talk about before we log off here, but I am so. How do I put it? I both understand it, but I'm like fully on the other side of the team. Does that make sense? To me, there's this thing that's going on right now where people who own Xboxes are like pissed off as hell about Xbox, basically trying to get out of the console market. And to me, man, I remember back in the day where like most people could agree with like, I wish I could just play like every game. Like, it's annoying to me that I can't. Like, it's annoying that I can't play like God of War without having a PlayStation. It's annoying that I have to play like Pal World, or I can't play Pal World on my PlayStation, etc. Like, these things are frustrating. Like, I wish we didn't have these divided console wars, which don't actually even make sense. Like, it's the difference between playing like $500 to experience one thing. That's with how long you play games. It's like a drop in the bucket in the landscape of time that you're spending in these things. It's not worth it. And yeah, so on and so forth. Those things that just seem blech. So yeah, to me, I never got that, but people are basically like, but I bought an Xbox specifically for this thing. The only thing I will say that's frustrating about that, but sorry, people basically are like, I hate that Xbox is abandoning the console market, and I'm just like, they've been signaling that they were going to do this for years, and that Sony is also so, like, Sony, the only thing that kills me is that Sony has shown themselves to not be like a beloved god. They make great games, don't get me wrong, but they're like, they do not seem to be like interested in like, offering good deals in any capacity. It seems very, very much brutal. Like, they were the last people that wanted, what is it called? Crossplay, which has been awesome to experience in the last 2 years. And yeah, like things like that are just like, if it wasn't for Xbox, Sony seems like they would not play ball in any way. So that's another thing that makes me kind of nervous, that Xbox is seemingly wanting to get out of the console generation thing. And I don't think Xbox has any reason to fully get out of the console generation thing. I think it'll just be, they'll turn into like a hardware thing where like you'll be able to run a Sony's software maybe on your Xbox or some kind or something. But yeah. Not sure if Final Fantasy 17 Remake Part 3 will be exclusive to PS5 first, but I'm pretty sure they would have had bigger sale numbers if they had wasn't on the. Oh yeah, absolutely they would. People love. I think there's more PC players who like Final Fantasy than anything else. Square Enix also learned the hard way that Epic exclusives after Sony exclusives is a fantastic way to struggle. Yeah. That's like you either choose one or the other, and it's better to. As much as I think Epic is not that bad, I know some people hate fucking Epic. What do you call it? It's like one of the things that it's like, if you want to be a realist, it's impossible to say that Epic does not have a fucking huge negative implication on your game. which is both good and bad. You know, like competition is good, but holy shit, does the gaming like consumer not want competition on PC at all? Yeah. Xbox will become more a service seller rather than a hardware console. Yeah. And people, it's shocking to me that like people want that. Like people want like console war shittery. Essentially, they're like Xbox, I'm gonna die hard, and then Sony people are the worst sometimes. They're like, haha, you guys lost. Haha, L, loser. And it's like, what the fuck are we talking about, man? Raid ending it for all of us. Raid says, all right, I'm going to head out and do Jane Doe Quest. Yes, we will probably do Jane Doe Quest on my time. Or I'll probably do a lot of shit on my time. But, ladies and gentlemen, I probably will be streaming on Wednesday, maybe, when Jane Doe releases, or whenever she's out, I might release. If it's like one of those things where Jane Doe releases for me like at 8 p.m., I'll just wait till the next day to stream it. In that case, that'll be Thursday, so maybe we'll play it by ear. But when she comes out, hopefully I'll be able to make a video or stream, and play with her a little bit. But yes, hopefully I can see you guys again. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. There is a video on the Mind Palace.
Volty_1337 said, nice streamoro, good streamer, and good unido.
Okay, Volty. Thank you so much. Also, yeah, there's a video on the Mind Palace Mana channel. If you want to watch it, it's us. It's a past stream, basically edited up into a fast sequence of us having fun with some good old hammers. And the Monday will be the daggers. And hopefully, yeah. Hopefully, I'm not making a promise, but maybe I'll work on the Borderlands video. We'll see. I still don't know if I wrote a good enough story for it yet to like express myself. But anyways, love you bits. Hope I can see you again, and goodbye, my friends.